£250,000, 22 identical sealed boxes, and no questions except one. Take it or leave it. No, wait, that's the wrong show. Good evening, East Wing. Good evening, West Wing. Good evening, Pilgrims. And welcome to our second episode of the Deal or No Deal triple special here on the Royal Flush channel. I hope you're all doing good out there. Give us some hype in chat. Give us some hype in chat. And yes, I've got a Knoll shirt. I did say I would finally get a Knoll shirt sorted, and I finally have done. I actually got 3. Just to see which one will work best, and this one sort of works best for tonight, but I might change it to other things in future streams if I do more hosting of this variety. Hype, absolutely. There we are. Hello everyone in chat. So earlier on, if you were not watching, we had Royal Flush in the crazy chair facing up against me as the banker. And he managed to take £33.33 from me, but did unfortunately deal 2 deals early from the looks of things, because it could have gone all the way up to about £80 on the final offer. But we don't care about that. 33 is brilliant for charity anyway. So we'll just look at the positives, and maybe we can get some recompense from that for this contestant for this particular episode, and that is the person in the box below me. Hello, Mr. Buzzer Bob. How you doing?
Hello, Ash. Good to be here with you.
Absolutely. How do you feel now that you're the player rather than the host?
This is so stressful. Can we just donate £50 and just go home?
Well, that's entirely the decision of the banker, to be fair. But we will see what we could do. Is that what you're sort of hoping for a win here? Is £50 or higher?
I'm gonna put it out there. My goal is 50. I think 50 is a nice round, even number. I think people in the chat can match 50 pretty easily. So that is my goal. So if the banker is listening to me, then you can use that against me if you like. It's up to you.
We'll find out if chat is if they actually hear me, or if I'm just talking to someone in my head, as is always the case. But we do need to go through the lobby sequence, even if we are fast tracking Buzzer Bob into the game. So let's go over there. Just put your name into the game. Just put your name in stamped up here on the lobby. Hopefully it should all work. Chat can hear me. That's always good. You will need to put your name in, Bob. Otherwise, it won't be able to pick you, even if you are fast tracked, probably.
Oh.
So you'll have to enter in the room code of RXCQ just in case. Otherwise, it'll be very interesting to see someone else appear in the game. There you are, brilliant. We'll just populate it until the reds are full, and then we should be ready to go. I'll put myself in, why not? Anyone else want to put anyone else? RXCQ, RXCQ. Get in the right order. There we go. We've got enough names in. Let's pick our player for part 2. I wonder who it will be. Let's let the RNG do its thing. Let's do the light dance and everything. Who is going to take the crazy chair for this second part of our triple this evening? I wonder who it will be. Let's find out. Is it going to be Vitrudel, apparently.
Goodbye. See you later.
But I have Buzzer Bob as a fast track player. I have not got test mode on. What have I done, Ben? What have I done here? I don't know. It says here, I've got the banker username correctly set. I've got the fast track player set. Oh, you're not doing a freaking case sensitivity issue here, because I've got Buzzer Bob with the correct capitalization of his name, but not lowercase, which you're probably doing a check of.
Oh.
Right. That'll do a thing then where I lowercase Buzzer Bob's name. See, this is the programmer in me already trying to figure the answer out. All right, we'll do the sequence again. A quarter of a millet pounds, 22 identical sealed boxes, and no questions except one. I'll get the name right this time. Deal or no deal? Or the South Korean version is just called Yes or No, apparently. But anyway, welcome again. Good evening. Good evening, Eastwind. Good evening, Westwind. Good evening, Pilgrims. We'll just ignore all that stuff happened. And we're going to jump straight to the lobby. This time it's XWTI. Please put your names into the lobby as XWTI. Bob is in first. I've got his name in lowercase in the Fast Track player. Hopefully this time it will work. Let's find out if we hit progress gameplay. And let's find out who's going to be picked for this second part of this triple. Will it be for Trudel again?
I hope it is.
If it is, then fates have just aligned and we just have to say goodbye to Bob for the time being, but I don't want to. Also, I've just noticed that we are currently on leaked total in our donation total. Here's Buzzer Bob this time! There we go!
There we go. Look at that.
There we go. My goodness me. Welcome to the Crazy Chair.
Oh, thank you.
Finally got there. After the computer did a wrong. So bear that in mind, I guess, Ben, in future that we have to put them in lowercase. Okay, so we've already said that you're sort of aiming for about £50 from this game.
Correct.
And you have box number 8 picked at random for you here. Are you happy with box number 8?
Not really, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Because I know that the banker has certain powers available to him to be able to do things, but yeah, we'll play box number 8. There are 22 values it could be. Let's have a look at what that could be up on the board there. There we are, all the way from 1p up to £250 where you could be winning in this game. We want to see as much money here going towards Samaritans for charity, but we'll see how the game goes. Ben in the previous game demonstrated exactly how to do an opening round with 5 blues. Let's hope that you can replicate that.
I hope.
Are you ready to play here, Bob?
Let's do it. Let's go.
All right. First round, as you know, it's 5 boxes to open. Where are we going first?
Let's get the death box out of the way. Let's do 22, please.
Really? Go straight for the death box?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. Box number 22. Let's see. What is in the so-called death box? £10. That's good.
Beautiful.
£10 is good. It's the highest blue, but it is a blue, so we're all right with that. And there it goes. Yeah, second box, Bob.
Let us go with number 1.
Number 1. Okay, going for the extremes of the number set here, from 22 all the way down to 1. It's actually sitting there right next to the unlucky number 13 for some. But for box number 1, let's see what is in box number 1. 10p. Brilliant. Second lowest on the table. I always say this on the board. Second lowest on the board. 10p. Get rid of it. This is good. Start of an all blue round is exactly what we like to see. Third box.
Ooh, let's keep that going. Let's go with let's see, number 12.
Number 12. Okay. Sort of in the middle, I would say. So we've gone the extremes, and now we're going somewhere in the middle with number 12.
Yeah.
Over there on the east wing. Let's see, what is in box 12? Let's make it another blue. Let's keep this blue train going. It is 50p! It's another low blue. That's 2 of the Banker's Power 5 gone just like that. The entire red side untouched. This is a brilliant start once again. Let's just keep it going. Let's keep the positivity going.
Okay, let's go with Number 2.
Number 2. Okay, right next to the box we were just at. Box number 2. If we make it another blue, that would be brilliant. Show us what's in there. Is it another blue £1? This is brilliant!
Ooh.
This is brilliant. Another Banker Power 5 gone.
Oh,
3 of the
beautiful.
Bankers Power 5, just like that. And we still have one more box to open before the first offer. This is going to be quite a stratospheric offer again. Where are we going to finish this round off, Bob?
Oh, let's see. Let's go with number 15, please.
Was that 15?
15, 1-5, yes, please.
1-5, okay. It'd be absolutely amazing if we can round out the first round with another blue.
Don't be
It'd be super amazing if we can get rid of the penny.
Oh, I would kiss you, Ash.
1p.
P.
Here we go.
1
Can we
P.
make it another
P.
P?
P.
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 £2 is a blue though. We'll do it. We'll take it. It's another blue.
Oh my god!
Sort of Banker Power 5 adjacent. Would you look at that board? Another all blue opener. 3 of the Bankers Power 5, a Banker Power 5 adjacent, and not even close to red territory with a £10 gone, but you've got that entire red side untouched, which is just incredible. Absolutely incredible, Bob. Where are you thinking this offer is going to be? And chat also, offer your opinions on what you think the Bankers offer is going to be coming up here.
So I'm thinking, with that opening round taking out most of the Bankers Power 5, I would not be surprised if I see an offer of 25, half my target maybe. If he's really scared of me, he may go to like 28. But I think around 25 would be a good opening offer.
A possible halfway house to your get out total might make sense here at such an early phase. We'll find out what the Bankers.
This is so weird feeling to play a game for actual money for somebody else.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Isn't
god.
it?
Yeah.
Okay, the banker is in. Let's say hello to the banker for the first time for this game. Good evening, Mr. Banker.
Good evening, everybody. I'm now curious as to why the banker can placeholder is not disappearing. I am very curious as to why that is not doing the thing. Am I on the right scene? I am. There we go.
You'll forever remain anonymous. Oh no, there we go.
I was in studio mode. Yes, I'm being the hermit banker this evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Oh, now everyone knows who it is. All blue, Buzzer Bob. It's lovely to have you here in the crazy chair.
I'm excited.
And Ash, it's always a pleasure to talk to you from the banker point of view. But yeah, we've got some different stakes here, and indeed, you've got an all blue opening round. Can't say fairer than that. Very, very solid play. So I've got to think, what's going to get you out of the chair? You're not going to go on the first box, or maybe you will. Maybe you will go on the first offer. But at the same time, I've also got to set the store for what's going to be the precedent for the rest of the game. So with that in mind, try this on for size as a precedent and a benchmark.
So bearing in mind that in the first game we had at the first offer, which was also an all blue round, the offer that I proffered was $24.99.
Mm-hmm.
The offer from the banker for this game is higher.
Oh.
To exchange for box number 8 and get out of the game, the banker is offering you £26.
Okay.
So somewhere in that ballpark you were saying about the halfway house to your aim.
Okay.
Just £1 over that to maybe entice you to get out so early on. What's your thoughts?
Pretty good. 26 is pretty good. Bringing out the equivalent of the governor, which is
Indeed, yes.
So let's see. So I say no deal, I'm not gonna lie. 26 is really good. It's really good first offer, but
It really is.
Again, I want to be a realist in this and say I believe I'm going to hit a red in the next round.
Okay.
I'm okay with hitting any red besides the power 5, so that gives me a little bit of room. Gives me a little bit of room to like breathe if I hit like 30 or 35. So, I'm ready for the question, Ash.
Okay. Bob, for box number 8. £26 to charity. Deal or no deal?
That will be a no deal from me.
So we will continue on, and from this point onwards, it is 3 until each offer comes in. Of course, unless the banker decides they want to do an impromptu offer, but standard is 3 until the next offer we see. So let's continue this blue trend as far as we can. Where are we going next?
Let's go with box 5.
Box number 5 over there on the east wing. Let's find out what is in box number 5. Let's make it blue. £75. It's a power 5 hit. Not the highest, but it is a power 5 hit. You did say the red was inevitable potentially.
Yeah, there was.
Just wanted to avoid that power 5, but we have to take it as it is. Anything else below that, if you take it, will probably be okay, although still want to avoid that £50 if possible.
Okay.
That penny would be mighty nice to get rid of.
Let's go with box 3.
Box number 3, staying to the east wing. I've actually seen some of these mathematical equations up here. We had, 11 and 5 next to each other, add them together make 16. Now we've got 7 and 3, multiply those together, you get 21. There's some very interesting numerology amongst these boards. But it's just the random order.
More P. More P.
P,
More
P, 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 P,
P.
P. Open it up.
It's me a P!
£30. £30. It's a red, not a power 5, but it is another red.
Okay.
Starting to balance the board up a bit here for the banker, but you'll still have the advantage here because you hit 5 blues and you take 1 more red out. But we need to avoid those power 5 certainly.
I have my cat Josie here. Josie wants to give me some support.
Ooh.
What do you say? What do you say, Josie? We can go with what, 14? Right? She poked my nose at 4, so let's go with 4, please.
What was that? Sorry.
4.
Number 4. Okay.
This is all you, Josie. Don't milk me down.
Josie picking number 4.
Yeah.
Will it be a blue, which will mean treats? Obviously treats
Ooh,
for
yeah,
Josie.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
What if it's a red? What if it's a red? What will happen then?
I will love her forever.
Aww. Unconditional love.
Unconditional
That's a sign of a proper cat person, that is. Show us what's in box number 4. £20.
That's fine. That's okay.
All red round.
That's okay. I'll still give you a treat.
It's nearly blue, but not quite. But it is an all red round. 1 hit on the power 5 and 2 lower. So it's sort of similar to what Ben was facing in round number 2 of his game. And the bank is already in.
Oh wow, that's quick.
It is indeed very quick. So let's pick up the horn. Didn't take that long making a decision there, banker.
No, I've got a game plan in mind. I knew that was going to happen because I'm a psychic, remember? We've had this conversation before many, many times. But here's the thing. Everyone will be shouting at me within the chat, within the pilgrims, within my colleagues, that I need to punish you for that. And they'd be quite right. They would be quite right. 3 reds, including one of your power 5. No sign of taking out any more of the blues. Doesn't look good for you, does it? However, because I'm a very wise banker, I'm going to defer your punishment. to the next offer. What that means is, if you turn this one down, even if you have a perfect round next time, the offer may not go up all that much. If you have a bad round next time, the punishment's going to count for double. So with that in mind, you're going to want to give this some thought.
Which way do you think the bank has gone here? How far up or down do you think they've gone?
I think he went down. But I'm still thinking he's going to probably pitch it between the 15 and 25.
The offer for the banker this time round. The governor recalls.
Oh.
He's giving you a second chance to get out on £26.
Oh my God.
That is quite an offer.
I did not expect that, actually.
Even though you had an all-red round, the banker is willing to give you the same offer again on the proviso that the next offer is going to be the punishing one, based off of what's happened on the board this round. So, thoughts on that?
It's really tempting because we saw how quickly one round can turn.
Oh yeah.
Again, I still think 50 or lower, I'll be fine with. I'm actually at that point. Even though my target's 50, I think I'm at the point where if I lose 50, it's okay. We'll rebuild. So let me see what chat thinks.
What does chat think on this one? Let's have a look at the poll coming in.
Yeah, what are the results?
The poll offer is Josie Cat is best cat. And then after that is deal, 35%, and after that is no deal, 24%. So of the deal or no deal options, deal is actually the higher option here, but Josie Cat is always best cat. So more of the audience would decide to deal at our second offer.
I don't want to deal the second offer. Josie, what should I do? She's resting.
There's plenty of mileage in this game in either direction.
Ask me the question, Ash.
You ready for the question? Bob, for a second time, and potentially probably the last time the banker is willing to give this offer, £26. Deal or no deal? You said you were ready for the question.
I'm gonna take the chance, and I'm gonna say no deal.
He's going to say no deal. So the only way that the offer next time round is going to be anything positive from £26 is if you hit all blues and probably the remaining banker power fives. Otherwise, there's not going to be much shift based off of what the banker was saying. He could completely be lying based off that, but I believe the banker is a man of his own word. So, that in his mind, in your mind, where do you want to go? Chat is already chanting for one more P.
One more P. I know, Josie. I know. 20, please.
Box number 20. Over there on the east wing, sandwiched between its adjacent numbers 19 and 21. We're in counting order there. What is going on with the numerology in this game? But 20 is what you're going for. Let's make it another penny. Show us what's in box 20.
One more P. One more P. One more P.
£35.
That's fine. I'm not gonna have that affect me. That's fine. Get it out of here. Get it out of here.
Starting to even the board up now. 5 blues removed, 4 reds removed.
Let's go with you know what? Let's go next door to box number 19. Let's
Going next door. Okay.
Yeah, I want to see what's in 19, please.
Box number 19. Just next door to the box we just opened. Surely it can't have a red as well.
It shouldn't.
£3. It's a blue.
Beautiful, beautiful.
That's what we like to see.
Beautiful, Josie. Okay.
And one more now.
So it's 3 pounds and 19, 35 pounds and 20. Which means I'm gonna avoid 21 for now. And I'm gonna jump over to, is that 7?
The one next to it on the East Wing is 7, yes.
Let's go with 7, please.
Lucky for some. Will it be lucky for you? Number 7.
Come on, Pete.
Come on, let's make this a penny.
Come on.
I mean, it looks like a 1. The 7 looks like a 1, doesn't it?
It does, it does.
Let's see. 1p. Charity box 7. £25.
That's fine. That's okay. That's okay, Ash. I'm fine with that.
At least we're keeping that power 5 intact along with its adjacent on the £40. So you've only hit one of them, but you are starting to create a bit of a divide from £40 down to your lower values. Now, I'm wondering where the bank is going to do this, because he did say that he would punish you this time round, and although he did hit 1 blue, he did hit 2 reds of middling value. So maybe it's another punishment on top? I don't know. I really don't know where this is going.
But those 2 reds were not power 5 numbers. So.
That's true. You have completely avoided power 5, so you're still in the win on that. 1 versus the banker's 3 you've taken up so far. Let's see where the bank is going with this. Hello again, Miss Banker.
Good evening. I'm very glad you think I'm a man of my word, Ash. Well, I like to think I am a man of my word. And in this situation, I said to you last game, even if you hit a perfect round, it's not going to go up by much because I'm deferring the punishment. The punishment has now caught up with you, and even then, it still wasn't a great round, far from what you could call perfect. And so I'm afraid I have got to reflect that in the offer. That having been said, what's being pitched at you is still above the midpoint of the values that are left. I think you might sneeze in my face, but I'd like to think you could at least come up with a little bit of acting to make it look as though you're thinking about it. When really I think you're not thinking about it, but genuinely you should. It's a nice peachy top 5 you've got up there, power 6 minus 1. But all it takes is 1 or 2 or 3 of those to go in the next round. And this offer suddenly starts to look very, very tempting. Bear it in mind, Bob. Bear it in mind.
Well, I think we were predicting it was going to go down.
Mm-hmm.
Offer for box 8 now is £17.50. So we've gone down by £8.50 from where we were earlier, I believe. Thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that is I'm ready for the question.
Oh, wow. Very quick to make the decision here. Offer was £17.50. Deal or no deal?
Nah, we're going to go back up. No deal.
Wow. Has confidence in the game going forward still? Well, I wonder what the bank will think on your very quick dismissal of that offer. But we shall play the... We have a raid. Hello! Elfgar? Is that with a raid of 15? Welcome, Elfgar Raiders. Welcome to...
Gar, he's coming in.
Haha! So yeah, welcome to Royal Flush's stream. I'm not Royal Flush, and neither is this guy down here. Is the guy that's hidden by the facade up the top. It's his stream, but we're all doing a musical chairs version of Deal or No Deal, and there's all sorts of game show stuff going on right now. So may as well tune in and have fun from the chat. Offer some opinions, what you think of offers and things like that. Everything we're doing this evening is for charity, going towards the Samaritans. We're currently on £1,337 raised for charity, which is awesome. We do recommend you to donate if you can. And while we're playing these games of Deal or No Deal, maybe match the bankers' offers at points if you feel like you are comfortable to do so. But we haven't dealt yet. Bob has just denied £17.50, and we also denied £26 twice earlier. We're now going to continue on up until 8 box, Bob. all of the follows happening. Thank you for all the follows coming through. I can't see them all from my end, but Ben does give his well wishes, and thank you for all the follows and all the love. Bob, back to you again for another 3 boxes until the next offer. Where are we going?
Let us go with number 14, please.
Number 14. Okay, I can't add. Let's go down. I'm going too large, apparently. No, 14 is where we want to go. Number 14 over on the West Wing. Yeah, I know. Show us what is in box number 14. Let's make it a blue. We haven't seen many recently. Let's make it a blue.
Come on.
Oh, £150. Didn't want to hit that. Really didn't want to hit that. So that's another Power 5 gone. And now we've got a massive gap between the 100 and 250. We don't want to touch any more Power 5s here, Bob. We need to get rid of that penny and 25p.
Oh, no. Let's go with 20. No. Let's go with 17.
Let's go with 17. Why did you sort of hesitate there?
I don't know. I think 21's giving me some bad vibes. I want to stay with 21 for now. Let's go 17.
You want to open up box 17?
Yeah.
Okay. Go on, chat. Let's get the chants going.
More
P. More P. More P. More P. More P. More P.
More P.
£15.
I'll take it.
Red.
I'll take it. It's fine. It's fine.
The gap widens ever more between the blue and the red side.
Oh my
I mean, it's a nice chunky red side you've still got, but there are some holes in there. Just it's going to be a bit difficult if you widen the gap even further. Let's definitely nobble that penny or 25p on this last box.
Josie, come back. Josie, I need your box. Come back.
We need a box from Josie.
She's not coming back. She'll come back at $5 probably. Let's go with 18.
Number 18.
Yeah.
We just had 17. Surely number 18, adjacent number, can't have a red in it. Surely it's got to have a blue.
Oh, come on. 1p. Come on.
1p. 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 No, £100.
Guy.
It's £100. It's another Power 5 gone. And now we've got a massive gap in that Power 5. The 50 and the 250 still standing, which is good. Still good to have those numbers in play, but there's a big gap there. And then you've got a big gap from the 40 down to the 7. And there's still 5 blues on the board now. The favour has swung towards the banker here. It must be said. Wow, banker is in again already. Making this an easy offer from the sound of things. Let's say hello again. Hello again, Mr. Banker. It's going your way here.
Tis rather. That £250 slightly irks me still, but it'll go, all in its own time. Now, we've been in this situation once before, Mr. Buzzer Bob, and again, all the powers that be are screaming at me to say, no, you can't, you've got to punish it, you've lost 2 of the big red ones there, he's only got 3 reds left altogether, 2 of them are small amounts, only that one big one, and that 1p is still hanging over you like the sword of Damocles. However, history repeats itself, Buzzer Bob, yes, history repeats itself, and remember what they say. They say thank you for the raid to the people who have just raided. I recognise that sting. Welcome. But do you know what they say about people who forget history are destined to repeat it? And so I'm going to implore you not to forget history and to try not to repeat the same mistake, which is curious given what I'm offering you now.
Those previous offers. So we had 26.26, we had 17.50 the last offer. Where do you think this offer is going, Bob?
I would not be surprised if he sticks at 17.50 because he mentioned that based on what he said, it could be 17.50, or if he offers 26 for some weird reason, I actually may consider taking it.
Well, I think your reading in the first case is correct. The offer
Okay.
right now is a second a chance at 1750. $17.50 now. The offer again, which is potentially generous given the enormous gap left on the board there. What's your pining here, Bob? Your 50 that you want is still up there on the board
It is.
as a straight value.
It could be a sign. It could be a sign that 50 could be in my box. To really hit 3 reds in the next round,
Yep.
I don't know if that will happen. I think I'm destined for at least one more blue. If I knock out 40 or 2 blues, I would be happy. If I knock out 250 and 2 blues, I may look at an offer of maybe the same again, thrice. If you hit 250, you are gonna chase the money. My 50 is still on the board.
Interestingly, we do still have the 2 extremes left on the board. We still have the penny, we still have the 250 on the
Here's
board.
what I think. Here's what I think. I feel like I can turn this thing around more if I hit the 1P.
Yeah.
I think that is egging me to go on. Because if I hit out 250, I'm saying worst case. If I hit out 250, but I hit out 2 blues, it's not all lost.
No,
Because I
indeed.
think I still can get a decent offer. But I don't think I'm going to get all 3 reds out. So with that said, Ash, ask me the question.
Okay. For the second time in this game, Banker is offering £17 and 50 pence. Deal or no deal?
You know what? That 250 is still there. And my 50 is still there. I may regret saying this, but I'm going to say no deal.
Going for the risk here. Interesting. As soon as that offer was disregarded,
I can't deal with this.
the banker is back in. What is this all about? I mean, he's playing the wrong music as well, but we don't care about that. Banker, why are you calling again?
I'm calling because I wanted to play the wrong music. No, that's not remotely true. I called too soon before the music sting had a chance to fade out. But when I hang up, hopefully it'll find its way. Say, Bob,
Yes?
since you were so dismissive of the 1750 last time and I didn't make a big deal out of it by sticking, and then you've dismissed it again, admittedly with a little bit more forethought this time, I'm going to spice this up a little bit for you. You're about to get offered £17.50 for a third time as soon as I hang up this phone, because that'll be fun. And I've done it properly this time by actually setting the offer in stone before calling. If you choose to no deal this £17.50, this will spice things up for you. If you take out the 1p, you can have an offer at a time for the next round. This is in the next round. If you take out the 1p in the next round, you can go a box at a time from when you hit the 1p. So if you take it out first, that could be good for you. If you take out the 250, Bob, your next offer is going to be a swap. That's my offer if you turn down 1750. So you either take the 1750 on the third time of it being offered to you, or you take the risk and go on, knowing that if you take out that 250, you're going to get offered a swap on the next offer. It may change beyond that, but the 1p, you take that out, game could go to your favour. The choice, as they say, is yours.
So there's pretty much a last chance saloon here for you on this £17.50, but with new caveats applied. What do you think to that, Bob?
No one told me I would have to think this much in this game. No one told me it was gonna be like this.
Sorry.
No. I'm gonna stick to my original decision. I'm gonna play on and hope to knock out that 1p.
Yeah, no, I realise, yeah. So, you ready for the question again, Bob?
I am, yes.
Okay. That's the offer. Go through the sequence. Bob, £17.50 with the extra caveats applied. Deal or no deal?
No deal.
So you heard it. If you can hit that penny, certainly in the first box, then we can get one box at a time. If you hit that maximum value, £250, then you're basically getting a non-deal, a non-offer next time round, but it is an offer of the swap if you feel like the 8 isn't good enough for you. So we do play on in regular play at the very least until one of those criteria is met. Where are we going, Bob?
Let's do 13.
You go for the unlucky number.
Let's do it.
It's all on his own there on the west wing. If we can get that 1 penny, that'd be brilliant. Come on. Come on, chat. Give us a chant. Come on, chat. 1p. 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 Yes, I said penny, I know. 1p. 1p. More p. 1 more p. Open the box. It is the penny! It's the penny! Yes!
It's that Baker!
Exactly what we needed at the exact right time.
What I'm talking about.
Penny. Just like that. Oh, if I could kiss you, Bob.
Oh please! I would love that. I would love the embrace. Oh man.
So, we're just waiting what the banker's going to do here, because as he said, he is a man of his word. We're going 1 box at a time, and we're getting an offer right now. Well, Mr. Banker, we managed to get the penny on the first throw.
You did. You took a risk. It paid off. I commend that. Don't forget, 250 is still there. You hit that. It hasn't nullified the caveat, so could be if you hit the 250. I said your next offer would be a swap, so it might be if you hit 250 if you no deal this, but you're getting a swap. And possibly beyond there. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. It depends what happens, really. But right now, Bob, I feel like we're going in circles here, my darling. You're taking out the 1p. I've got to respect that. Still a 25p there. The odds are still very much in my favour. So have a think about this again.
You used a key word there. Again. What do you think the offer is, Bob?
He's probably doing 1750 again.
Well, no, he has to respect the fact that you did take the penny out, so he's got to go up, surely.
So it has to be 26.
That it is. Return of the Governor. Electric Boogaloo 3. So, £26 is the offer on the table right now for box number 8.
Okay.
It's a very interesting previous offers board we have. 26, 1750, 1750, 1750, 26. That's just how the game has gone.
If I keep doing this, I should add up to 250 and then it'll be...
and that's what we're doing, is the cumulative offer total.
Yeah. So it's 1 box at a time, correct?
Yes. It is still
Okay.
1 box at a time for this round. So we'll be opening 1 box and then getting an offer from the banker. But, as he has reminded us, if you hit that 250, then the offer you'll get is a swap. Now, I don't know if that means he'll give you the swap on the 1 box at a time offer or at the end of the round, but still, if you hit the 250, then you will get a swap rather than an actual offer.
I mean, I have a 1 in 7 shot of hitting that 250. Odds are really in my favor.
As it currently stands, the chat believes you should no deal here in a 75% to 25% distribution.
Okay. Ash, ask me the question, please.
Okay, Bob. Didn't think I'd be asking you this question again, but £26 for the 3rd time. Deal or no deal?
No deal.
So, you know the deal is going to be 1 more box until the next offer. So we're in the strange situation of we're in 7 box going to 6 box. But just 1 box until we open until we get another offer. So it'd be good if we get that 25p off the board.
Let's go with number 11.
Number 11. Still staying clear of that 21. Feeling you got bad vibes off of that one at the moment.
I do.
Okay. Let's see if we can get that 25p off the board. Show us what's in box 11. It's a blue, £7. It's a blue.
Okay.
Happy with that.
Okay.
Widening that gap a bit more, but it is a blue. And we shall now wait for another offer. It is lower than the previous offer, so I imagine the offer should be going up here.
I think so.
I don't think we'll be sticking again for a 4th time. It's another blue off the board there, banker.
This is so annoying. You make me think of other numbers. But I'm a man of my word. Did also say if you hit the 250 in the next round, the offer immediately after would be the swap. You haven't done that this time. Still stands to reason you could do it next time. Of course, at the end of the round, the offers those conditions expire unless I reassert them. But for now, I've actually got to start giving some serious credence as to how I'm going to get you out of this game. It's very balanced right down the middle going into 5 box, and that £250 is very dangerous. Balanced a little bit by the 25p, not going to lie. So this is a new offer, and it's quite interesting watching the chat. Have a think about it, Bob. Have a think.
We are in brand new territory, folks. We have a new number to deal with.
Oh, God.
So, we've had some 26s 3 times. We've had some 1750s 3 times. I mean, part of the number is still there. We still have a 0.50 on the end of the offer, so still a 50p thing. But, added to the front of that is £34.
Wow.
£34 and 50p is the current offer on the table. So we're climbing closer and closer to your 50 target, which is still there as a box on the board. And a couple of people in chat were thinking that the offer was going to be around the 33, 32 mark, so seems to be hitting the same mark. What's your reasoning? What's your thoughts here, Bob?
Yeah, I used the restroom really quickly.
I think we could do that. Yes, if you need to use the restroom, then absolutely.
I need. I'll be right back.
We'll get you a hall pass. Okay, so while Bob is sorting that out, let's have a quick chat with chat. What do you think, chat? I know it's all the talk of P, isn't it? It's literally all the talk of P. Ben did it, but Ben did it at the end of the first game. Bob's doing it in the middle of the second game, so it means I have to do it in the third game at some point, probably just at the beginning of the game. I would say go to commercial break. I don't have the buttons to do that, but anyway. According to the poll, it's very close, 11 to 10. So 52% think a no deal here, 48% think a deal. Considering we are now 1 away from a standard offer position and would potentially also be the end of the 1 at a time offer as well. The cursed ratio indeed. It is a bit of a tight split, Ape. Certainly agree with that. Jumble said deal. The average is almost exactly 60. This is a rip-off. Well, you'll find out very soon, Procyon, if you watch the UK game of Deal, that we play a lot more into the psychology rather than just straight numbers. The US game loves to have a calculator on hand and just pre-calculates a number based on what's there, and there's no emotion in those offers. Ours, there's a hell of a lot of emotion in the offers.
Okay.
There is that as well, yes. So, as it currently stands on the board, 34.50 is a pretty decent offer, just because of the massive swings left in play. Bob, you're back.
I'm back.
Sufficiently relieved?
Yep. Nice.
So, you've had a little time to think. What's your current mindset?
Well, Ash.
Here?
Well, I had quite the revelation.
Yes.
Maybe my body is telling me something.
Okay.
I had to use the restroom. Why am I even going down this route? I should not be going down. I should not be saying this. But I feel like. Ask me the question, Ash. Ask me the question.
Okay, fair enough. Let's get straight to it. So, first time in this game, new number of offer being £34.50, which also, bearing in mind, is slightly higher than the deal that Ben took earlier. £34.50. Deal or no deal?
No deal.
Well, you know we've got one more box to go, so you can't hit all three in one box.
Exactly.
So, where are we going to close off this very special round?
Well, I was gonna say I took a pee, and now it's time to take another pee off the board. 16, please.
16. Let's see if we can get rid of that 25p with box 16. Show us what's in. Ah, the 250! And you know what that means? You know what that means. Because that offer was still in play from the banker. I think I know what you're about to say.
In perfect balance as everything should be, you got your way, now I'm getting mine.
You know what the offer is here? It is the swap. No value on this offer, but the chance to maybe change your fortunes by swapping your box for any other box. There was no criteria on which box to swap for. There's the ability to swap right now if you so desire. So, shall we go straight to the question?
Yes, please.
Okay. I can change the number now anyway. That's fine. Yes. That's fine. Bob.
Yes.
Swap or no swap?
Swap.
Okay. And what number would you like to swap for?
Oh, no swap.
You want no swap?
No swap, yes.
Sorry, I heard swap from you, that's all.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's okay.
Let's ask the question again for clarity.
Sure.
Swap or no swap?
No swap.
Okay, good. We sorted that, right. So, now we are looking at want an all blue round. That would be the perfect round here, and it will give you both the best situation you've had this game so far, if you do that. But if you hit any of those reds that's still in play, then I fear we may be returning to a previous number. Where are we going, Bob?
Box 10.
Box number 10. There it is. We need this to be blue. That's all we need. Blue, and we're good. Box number 10. It is blue, 25p.
Yes!
Means a minimum of £4 from this game now.
Good stuff.
That's exactly what I want to see. The perfect start to the all blue round we need. Where next?
Let's go with number 6.
Number 6. Again, blue is what we want. We do not want to see any red whatsoever. Box number 6. Open it up. £40. It's a one-box game.
Oh, no.
And it's your box. Maybe you've had your desired box, £50, all this time in the game, and it's sitting there at box number 8. But we don't know until we get to the end of the game. One more box to open between number 9 and number 21 that's been giving you some funky vibes throughout all of this. Which one do you want to open?
I gotta stick with box 9. I still don't trust 21.
Still steering away from 21. Okay. We go to the West Wing for the final time in this game. Box number 9, there it is. It needs to be blue to make a decent offer in this final phase. If it's not, then unfortunately you've played the wrong game and you dealt, well, you've played on for too long, essentially. Show us what's in box number 9. It's blue, £5. It's a blue. So we are left with £4 and £50 left in the game. And the banker is ringing. So here we are at last, at the end of this game, banker.
Indeed. And what an exciting event it's been as well. Bob, I commend your bravery in going to this point. Bravery is by far the kindest word for stupidity, don't you think? You know what this offer's going to be. I don't even have to say it. You know what it's going to be. Ash knows what it's going to be. All that's left is the formality and deciding whether or not you're going to put this value at risk.
What's the offer, Bob?
£26.
For the 4th time this game, it is indeed £26. Such a strange thing to say, but there are all the offers. We hardly see this board go that long in this game, but there it is. For the 4th time. My goodness me. So, I mean, it's a fair offer given what we have left on the board here.
I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that.
What's your thoughts, or do you already know what you want to do here?
Here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
If I no deal this and I have £4 in my box, I'll throw in the other 22.
To bring it up to the governor value anyway.
Correct. So let's go for it all. I'm ready for the question.
For the upteenth time in this game, the governor £26. Deal or no deal?
I think Josh in the chat said it best. This is tough because Bob's 50 is still there. The amount he wanted, just not the box number. It's still there. I'm saying no deal.
So here we are at the end of the game. You on box number 8, and over there, left on its own, is box number 21. You've had it all the way through the game. You were even given a chance to swap it mid-game, but you decided to stick on to box number 8. And finally, we are here to find out exactly what you did have. I'm not. I'm just stalling for attention. So, £4, £50. Plenty of opportunities to get somewhere in the middle. One opportunity to get a decent 30-odd pounds. But we are left with 2 concrete values. Did you play the right game? Or did you play a not-so-great game? Let's open up. What was in your box number 8? It's the £4. Your funny vibes were about right. Box number 21, let's just clarify it there. Box number 21, let's open it up. It did indeed have the £50 in it, so your funny vibes were right, just unfortunately didn't take that offer of a swap when it was given to you. But £4 for charity is still £4 to charity, and you said yourself you're going to personally bump it up to the governor value as well, so really we're looking at a grand total of £26 from this game. It's not exactly what we like to see happen in Deal No Deal, but it is how the game goes sometimes.
It was something. Again, I'm still questioning why I didn't swap for 21, even though I had those feelings. So the banker will put in 4. I'll put in 22. It'll be an even 26 back to the governor. So that's what we'll do.
Well, let's bring the banker back in as well and unreveal his facade. Well, you played a good game there, banker, even if there was a lot of repetition going on. What was your thoughts of that full game?
That was good fun. Whoops, let's take the PayPal Chrome off the screen, maybe. Just launch it over into that window over there. I was trying to do my banker payment in time just before I exposed my email address to the entire world. Fortunately, it's being slow. What can I say? That there was opportunity after opportunity to walk at what I felt was a fair amount, and that 37.50 must have been tempting. But you win some, lose some. And thank you very much, though, for your... There we go. Match the banker, everybody. Thank you very much for your generosity, Bob, in offering to make it up to the 26th governor as well. That's very kind of you. Right. It's 8 o'clock, which means we're 15 minutes late for the Purge, which means we are probably going to delay word wheels until after face-off. Because the Purge is probably going to take around an hour, and then we'll play the Purge, and then our celebrity friends will come and join us from 9 o'clock. So I do hope that you'll stick around for that. But before we've got that, we are going to play the Purge. It's got a capacity of 50 in the lobby, so do stick around for that. We'll be going into that straight away. Bob, Ash, once again, thank you both very, very much for your assistance here. It's been great fun and lovely to be back in the bank chair.
Thank you.
Bob, thank you for that donation of 22. I'm bad at Deal or No Deal. Pride Guys donating 56.47. More P. Thank you very much for that. Matt Clemson donating £17 because he couldn't not. Luke Harrier 20. I think that's caught us up. My trade of £4 with a comment F. Thank you very much for the donation. Colo donating £12.76 as well. Thank you very much. And I think there's more donations coming in. No, I think that's up to date according to where we are now. So thank you all of you for the generosity. We're up to 1436.23, just shy of £60 short of the second milestone, which is the AMA with the flushes. So do keep that money rolling in. We've still got plenty to look forward to this evening. Another at least 3 games plus a spectator game and another game of Deal or No Deal still. So do stick around. I'm going to get set up and we'll go right into the Purge straight away. I'll dance, and now I'm going to turn the camera back on. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in a little while.
Don't forget to dance in chat.
Good evening and welcome back to the Purge. BZKQ is what you need to type into the chat if you'd like to come and join the game. Cubic capacity 50 cc's of mayhem if you'd like to come and join us for this game. This is the last one before we go to our celebrity face-off match, which is coming up at 9 o'clock. Does mean we are going to be delaying word wheels, which will also give me a bit of time to slightly unwind after the face-off game. Yes, come and join the lobby. The Purge is nice and straightforward to play. Multiple choice. The multiple choice increases with each round, with each set of questions. A great big noise. What can it mean? Lugaroo is following me. Welcome, Lugaroo. Lovely to have you here. So this is Buzzer Bob's question pack for the Purge and has been proofed by me? Was it me? Was it Panda? I genuinely can't remember. That's really bad. I've remembered everything else so far today. It can't have been 8 Minky because he's just joined the game. Let's have a look. Who was it? Who proofread the Purge? It was me. No, it was me who proofread this one. Actually, yes, it was, because I said to Buzz Bob, thank you for one of the easiest question packs in the world to purge, because he was so diligent with all his facts and stuff. So this is the Purge. The hive mind can save you, but only for so long. In the middle is a big purge meter. If you get a question wrong, then it counts towards a percentage. You need to keep the percentage of wrong answers below a certain amount. And that amount will drop. We call it the break point. That will drop after every question, starting at 50%. And of course, in the first instance, there are only 2 options, either A or B. And after every 5 questions, we add an extra option to the menu to the point where it eventually gets up to 5, A, B, C, D, or E. If you avoid hitting the breakpoint, i.e. enough players get it right, then we go on to the next question as though nothing's happened. Eventually though, as the Purge breakpoint keeps dropping, you will get to a point where you break that breakpoint. When that happens, you trigger a purge. Everybody who got the question immediately preceding that incorrect will be thrown into that purge, and the purge is a non-multiple choice question which you must answer correctly in order to survive. If you get it wrong, then you are out of the game. We go to the final purge when we have either lost everyone except 5 or fewer people, when we have had 20 regular questions, or when we have had 5 purges. At that point, if we've got more than 5 players, the number of questions you have answered correctly will determine who goes into the final 5. In addition to that, there is a tiebreaker at the very beginning in case there are any tied scores, and you will need to play a tiebreaker. It's a numerical answer, do make sure you answer that carefully, because that is the first question that is going to be asked. And I'm just about to look up what it was because I can't remember, but I'm sure it was all good. Yes, it was. It was fine. So that's the Purge. The hive mind can keep you safe, but only for so long. Whispering everything to Persephone's Twitch bot, and again, A or B in the first instance, eventually going to A through E, until we get to the final purge, or the purges where it's a full answer. That's enough time of me explaining the rules. Whispering to the bot, keep your eyes on the chat. If you're ready to play, let's play the Purge. So we start off with the tiebreaker question. As I mentioned, we've got 40 of you in, which is a nice statistically round number. This is going to be a number. You need to submit your answer to the bot as a number. No commas, no periods, no decimals, anything like that. It's just a straight number, just the digits. And whoever is closest, well, whoever is furthest away will lose in the tiebreak. If we get it, it might not come up, but whisper your answer to the tiebreak first. This is the only tiebreaker of the night, which is why we do it first. Good luck. Take a look at this. You've got 20 seconds. On April 10th, 1996, the Earth's strongest surface wind was measured within a mesovortex within Tropical Cyclone Olivia, clocking in at how many miles per hour? Whisper your number to the bot. And this will function as a tiebreaker if we need it a little bit later on. If you don't submit an answer, you'll be given max int, which is about 48 quintillion. Answer was 253. As it happens, we don't necessarily need to look at that now. In fact, we won't even see what your scores are until the end of the game. 10 seconds per question. Let's go to the first question. As you can see, the Purge breakpoint is set at 50%. If 50% or more get it wrong, we'll go into a Purge. If 50% or less, 49% or less get it right, then we play on. A or B, just whispering the answer to the bot. You've got 10 seconds, and as ever, keep your eye on the chat. Here's question 1. Options are blue, red. Cerulean is a shade of what colour? and that's time. 50% or more if you get this one right, then we are avoiding a purge. First of all, what's the correct answer? It's blue. Hoping most of us knew that the answer to that is blue. If we have more than 50% getting it wrong, then we are going to an early purge. Let's find out. Start the meter. Well, not everyone got it right, but the majority did. 10% were incorrect, 1 abstention, 3 people going for red, but 36 and 90% going for the correct answer there, which was blue. And so we play on. Breakpoint drops to 40%. It's getting closer and closer to a guaranteed purge. Question number 2, there are 2 options, A or B. Here they are. Pacific. Indian. The Ring of Fire is a region of high volcanic and seismic activity along the perimeter of which ocean? Like everybody got an answer in there. Let's have a look. The correct answer was Pacific. Hey, the Pacific is what we were looking for there. 40% or more of you got that one wrong. We're going for a purge. If not, we play on. Let's start the meter. Again, not a perfect board. More getting it wrong than last time. No abstentions that time. 6 people, 15% going for Indian, 85% going for Pacific. Enough to avoid a purge. Well played. Let's go on. Question number 3. Feeling quite mellow, quite chill this game. Question number 3. Options again are A or B, but that breakpoint is now down at 30%, so tread carefully. Take a look at this. Options are brightness, loudness. Lumen is a measure of what? And you're just out of time there, Vitrudel. Let's take a look. The correct answer was brightness. Lumen as in lumos, which is a spell I know from Harry Potter, meaning light, illuminescence, all coming from a light-based etymology. A was the right answer. Let's see how many of you got it right. Start the meter. Just the 1 abstention causing that there. 3% incorrect. From the 1 abstention, 39, 98% going for brightness. Very well played. You've avoided a purge again. Let's go to the next question. Question number 4. Breakpoint is now at 20%. 20% or more if you get this one wrong, we are going to a purge. 2 options, A or B. Take a look at this. Options are hummingbirds, American robin. Which of these birds lays eggs about the size of Tic Tacs? And there's time. Correct answer was a hummingbird. Very, very small bird. About the size of Tic Tacs. American robin just a little bit bigger. So if 20% or more of you get this one wrong, then we are going into purge number 1. Let's take a look. Start the meter. Well, a few more getting it wrong than last time. Halfway towards that breakpoint, which means the timer is going to start to slow down. And we're there. 28% incorrect, 27.5 to be exact. We have triggered the first purge. 29 people going for the correct answer, but the 11 people there who put American Robin are going to be thrown into this first purge. A reminder that the purge questions are not multiple choice. You must give a full answer, and you must answer it correctly in order to survive. You've got 20 seconds rather than 10. Let's find out which of the 11 players are going to be in this first purge. Top 1, Tyson, Shadowmane, Big Screen Quiz, Matt the Ref, Jay Turner, Pokenuts, Mogra, Not a Jumble, Benz J, and Elias5891. You are all in purge. Number 1, you must answer this question correctly or you are out of the game. 20 seconds, very best of luck. Take a look at the first purge question. What company released the Switch Lite gaming console in 2019? Apologies for that typo. That's crept by me because I'm not a very good proofer, it turns out, when it comes to grammar and spelling. Everyone has gotten an answer in. Just got a few more seconds just to let the clock count down. And that is time. Let's see. How many of you got this one right? The correct answer was Nintendo. And just Mogra falling her. Mogra not knowing the answer, offering a salutation of farewell there. Unfortunately, Mogra, you needed to answer that correctly in order to survive, and you have not done so, which means at this early stage, I'm afraid, you've been purged. Yes, M. Clemson, non-purges should just not answer. It's harmless to do so, it won't process it, but yeah. might as well just not answer. Monka, pretty sure, has won the Purge in the past, but falling at the first Purge there. The only player to do so. We are down to 39 players remaining. Question 5 has got 2 options, and it's the last one to do so. After this, the options go up to 3, A, B, or C. The breakpoint is also set at 60%. It resets after every Purge, plus an extra 10% from where it started previously. So 60%, the next one will be 70%, and so on. Best of luck to you all. Question number 5. Options are safety, field goal. In American football, which of these scores more points? That's time. Let's take a look. Correct answer was field goal. Field goal, I think, scores 3. Safety scores 2, I think, is what I looked up. 60%, quite a high break point. If we break through it, though, we will be going into a second Purge. If not, we're going on to the next question. Let's find out how many of you were right and how many were wrong. Start the meter. Not too much drama. 18% incorrect, 1 abstention, and 6 people going for safety. Field goal was the correct answer there. Well played. Let's go on to the next question. 3 options, as I suggested, now A, B, or C. Stretching a little more thinly, breakpoint drops to 50%. Take a look at question number 6. Options are Nevada, Utah, Colorado. Which of these states is not part of the Four Corners regions of the United States? And there's time. Slightly trickier question, and as the options increase, it's only going to get harder. Let's take a look. The correct answer was it's Nevada. Four corners are Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, and something else that I've now forgotten. Someone else is going to tell me in the chat, I'm sure. Breakpoint is 50%. 50% or more of you get this one wrong, then we are going into a Purge. Arizona, thank you very much, Protio. Let's find out. Start the meter. So not a perfect board. And we are halfway towards 50% and still climbing. The meter is going to start to slow down in a minute. We are slowing down as we get closer to 50%, and we've stopped. 1 abstention there. 1 player just abstaining. 10 people going for Colorado, 7 going for Utah, 21 going for Nevada, just 54%, but just about enough to keep you safe. If you got that one wrong, the hive mind has saved you for now. If it were the next question, it wouldn't have done that because the breakpoint is now going to drop to 40%, but for now, you're safe. Let's go to the next question, question 7. Breakpoint comes down to 40%. Question number 7, still 3 options, A, B, or C. Let's see how you get on. Take a look at the options. Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon, Magic the Gathering. Of these trading card games, which one is printed on the smallest cards? If you needed any more proof, this pack was written by Buzzer Bob. And there's time. Yeah, tough question. Tough question. There's a sort of middling difficulty curve throughout the questions, but mainly just the options increasing is the thing that makes it harder. First of all, let's find out the right answer. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! I looked this up. It took a little digging to find out, actually, but they're very slightly, but they are slightly smaller than Pokemon and Magic the Gathering, which are the same uniform size. 40% is the breakpoint cutoff. 40% or more get this one wrong. We are heading into Purge number 2. Let's find out who got it right, who got it wrong. Start the meter. And there's 20, halfway there. 30% and still climbing, 3/4 of the way there. Are we going to stop? We are, because we've hit 40%. See there, nice. 69% were incorrect. I'll have it for the day, it's fine. Thanks. 3 abstentions there. See, if you abstain, then it's treated as wrong, so you might as well have had a guess and possibly have helped the hive mind along. 12 people. Oh, wow, it's complete split. 12, 12, 12, and 3 abstentions. So it could have been 13, 13, 13. But yes, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was the correct answer. Pokemon and Magic the Gathering, both incorrect. And it does mean we're going to have 27 people in this first Purge. 12, 12, and 3. Let's find out who was right and who was wrong, who's going into the Purge. Clive, Procyon, Connor, We Like Shapes, Topper1, Tyson Bainett, Sotley, Cola, Useless Noisemaker, Party Me, Arden Fets, Brian, Big Screen Quiz, Matt the Ref, Jay Turner, DC Simmons, Lugaroo, Kegler Coach, Jason Cook, Prugs, Apodo Nuevo, Naked Grandma, Jack Wilfred, Vitrudel, Innes, Milk Life Substance, and Elias the Panda. Some people in for the second time in a Purge. Remember, this is a full answer, not multiple choice. You've got 20 seconds to answer it. You must answer correctly in order to survive. The very best of luck. Here is the second Purge question. In what month of 1912 did the Titanic sink? A few more players yet to answer. And Naked Grandma, not sure if an answer came in just in time there. We'll find out in just a moment. How many of you got this one right? You need to answer it correctly in order to survive. We've lost one. Are we going to lose a few more now? The correct answer is April. Ooh, a lot of wrong answers there. Naked Grandma didn't get an answer in time. Clive going for January. Shapes November. Topper one June. January, September, December, July, November. No answer. January. Bad luck. That is a little bit of a bloodbath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 players going out on that question. Very, very bad luck. Unfortunately, you're out the game. Procyon, Connor, Itsotley, Matt the Ref, Big Screen Quiz, Brian, Kohler, Kegler, Jack, Vitrudel, Prugs, Apodo Nuevo, Milk Life Substance, and Elias. Congratulations, you have all survived. I don't think I missed anyone. I started going in a weird order. Matt, Big Screen Quiz, and Brian, just in case I didn't say you, I can't remember. Congratulations, you've all got it right, and you're all through. However, Clive a Legend, We Like Shapes, Top One Gaming, Tyson Bain, DC Simmons, Jay Turner, Arden Fets, Party of Me, Useless Noisemaker, Lugaroo, Naked Grandma, Innes, and Jason Cook UK. I'm afraid you failed to answer the Purge question correctly, and that means you've been purged. 26 players remain of the initial 40. Breakpoint goes back up to 70%. Still 3 options for these questions as we're on question number 8. Very best of luck to you all remaining players. Let's find out what happens for question number 8. Options are idle, messy, greedy. According to an old proverb, what kind of hands are the devil's workshop? And that's time. Looked like most people got an answer, if not everybody. Correct answer there was idle. The devil makes work for idle hands, or idle hands of the devil's workshop, both common expressions in regular parlance. 70% is the break point. It's quite a high break point. Let's see if we're going there or not. Start the meter. 7.69. The meme is back. 8% incorrect. Barely 10% of what we needed to get to that breakpoint. Just the one abstention there and one player going for messy. Everyone else going for the correct answer. Idle, well played. Let's go to the next question. Question number 9. Breakpoint drops to 60%. A, B, or C still. Take a look at the options. Ashley. Ben. Bob. Alphabetical order, how nice. Which of the following names precedes Folds 5 to form the name of an alternative rock band from Chapel Hill, North Carolina? Maybe that question didn't go where everyone was expecting it to go. And that's time. 6% the break point. Let's find out. The correct answer was Ben. Ben Folds 5. It's me. Yeah, they're nice answers, aren't they, Ash? There may be more to come a bit later on, so do stay tuned. So the break point is 60%. If 60% or more get this one wrong, we are going to purge number 3. If not, gameplay's on. Let's find out who was right and who was wrong. Start the meter. So we're climbing. And we're at the halfway mark, and we've stopped. 31% incorrect. 4 abstentions there. 4 people going for Bob. Bob folds 5. Nobody thinking Ashley folds 5. 18 people, 69%. This meme's all over the place. Getting the correct answer of Ben. Very well played. Let's go on to question number 10. 50% is now the breakpoint, and question number 10 is the last one where there are 3 options. After this, it goes up to 4 options. 50% is what you're trying to avoid, so if half or more of you get it wrong, we're going to purge number 3. Very best of luck. Let's take a look at question 10. Options are Mucinix, Skrillex, Blistix. Which is a Grammy-winning electronic musician? that's time. Yeah, in this game, the thing doesn't open, so if you're maybe typing early, you can miss out because the answering doesn't open until the question is finished printing on my screen, because that's when the clock starts. So if it's a particularly long question, you're going to get punished for having to read the question while the timer's on. So hopefully that was nice and straightforward. The correct answer was B, Skrillex. Blistix is something else, and Mucinix I think is possibly made up by Bob, but he might correct me otherwise. 50% is the break point. We're hoping we're going to avoid it. Let's find out how many were right, how many were wrong. Start the meter. Just the one abstention there. Everyone who played it given the right answer of Skrillex, 96%. Avoiding that purge. Very nice. On we go to question number 11. Options increase to 4. A, B, C, or D are now the options available to you. The breakpoint has dropped again down to 40%, getting closer to the guaranteed purge, which will be coming soon. So 40% or more need to get this one. 40% or more get it wrong, then we're going to a purge. Question number 11 then. Options are chocolate, wine, cheese, chicken. Because butt is an Old English unit once used to measure it, you can technically have a buttload of which of these things? Time. One of my cats has come to see me. Are you going to come and say hello? Or are you going to be very cross? No, you don't want to come and say hello. Nope, she's not in the mood. Not in the mood right now. Okay, 40% is a break point. Let's find out the correct answer. I'm going to get very confused when that sound comes up in this game. Thank you for the follow, new person who has just followed. Yo, Baron Icon Digit, welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you here. That is actually the purge sound, the follow sound. The correct answer here was, it's wine. You can have a buttload of wine. 40% is the break point. If 40% or more are wrong, we're going into purge number 3. If not, we play on. Start the meter. Halfway towards it. 3/4 and still climbing. Meter slowing down now. Whew, stopping at 38.46%. 38% incorrect. 2 abstentions there. 2 going for chicken, 6 going for cheese, no going for chocolate, but just 16 going for wine. If you got that one wrong, you have been saved by the skin of your teeth by the hive mind who knew it, or at least 60% or more did. 62% knowing the answer there. On we go then to question number 12. Still 4 options, breakpoint dropping to 30% now. Take a look at this. Options are Ross, Monica, Chandler, Phoebe. Which character in the TV comedy Friends shares their name with a moon of Saturn? Time. Remember, abstaining from this is treated as wrong, so if you don't know, you may as well have a guess. Correct answer is, it's Phoebe. Yes, Phoebe, Titan, and quite a few others. Saturn's got lots of moons. 30% is the breakpoint. 30% or more get this one wrong, then we're going to purge number 3. Start the meter. We've avoided it again. 12% incorrect there. Just 2 people going for Chandler, 1 abstention, and 23 getting the correct answer of Phoebe. Well played. Let's go on to the next question. Breakpoint drops to 20%. 4 options still, A, B, C, or D. Good luck. Take a look at this. Options are carrier, battleship, patrol boat, submarine. In the game Battleship, it takes 3 hits to sink which of these vessels? May have been a couple of abstentions there. At this point, abstentions are going to be really critical at 4% per player. Correct answer was, it was the submarine. Patrol boat, I believe, is 2. Battleship is 5. Carrier is 4, I think. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Submarine was the right answer. The breakpoint is 20%. 20% or more if you got this one wrong. We're heading into purge number 3. Who was right, who was wrong? Start the meter. Battle 4, Carrier 5. Thank you very much. Halfway there. Still climbing. Slowing down. And we're there. Wow, 50% incorrect. Exactly 13 players going for submarine, 1 abstention, 2 going for patrol boat, 2 going for battleship, 8 going for carrier, which means we have triggered the next purge, purge number 3. And there's going to be 13 of you in it. Let's find out who's going into the 3rd purge. ABME, Connor, Itzotley, Listwitz, M. Clemson, Samster, Poconuts, Apodo Nuevo, Now Cut That Out, Not a Jumble of Numbers, Vitrudel, Benz J, and Milk-Like Substance. You must answer this question correctly in order to survive. If you are wrong, you are eliminated from the game. It's a full answer required. Is no multiple choice. You've got 20 seconds to answer. The very best of luck. Here is the 3rd purge question. Which part of the body is affected by Bell's palsy? And there's time. Mrs. Flush, the friend's questions. Sorry, I was just giving everyone time to think. It was which friend's character shares their name with a moon of Saturn? It was Phoebe.
What's her surname?
I don't know, but it was Phoebe Chandler Ross or something else.
Her name's Phoebe Buffet. I'm just wondering.
I think it was Phoebe Buffet, but I'm going to concentrate on the game in front of me. So, Bell's palsy. Which part of the body is affected by it? 13 of you in this purge. Let's find out who was right and who was wrong. It's the face. So, wrong answers: brain, mouth, hand, arms, legs. Brain. Not specific enough. We needed the face. Mouth. I'm going to do my own little VAR on this. I did look it up. Condition that causes temporary weakness or paralysis of the muscles in the face. It's not exclusive to the mouth, I'm afraid, Listwitz, so I can't condone that answer. It's the mouth and more broadly around the face. I did give it a little check. Unfortunately, lots of players incorrect there. Connor, Samster, Vitrudel, Now Cut That Out. Very many congratulations. You have survived that purge and can continue with the game, but unfortunately, ABME, Itzotley, Listwitz, M. Clemson, Poconuts, Apodo Nuevo, Not a Jumble of Numbers, Benz J, and Milk-Like Substance. You've not answered the purge question correctly, so I'm afraid it's the end of the game for you, and you've been purged. And we go down to just 17 players with potentially 2 more purges or 7 questions before we get to the final purge. Keeping good time at the moment, which is good. I know I'm racing through it a little bit. This is my mellow. It's been quite exciting. I've been quite excitable for a lot of the day, so I'm just mellowing out a little bit before bringing the energy levels back up a bit later on. Question number 14. Breakpoint goes back up to 80%. There are still 4 options. Take a look at what they are. Options are Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Apple. 2018, which company bought doorbell maker Ring for a reported $1 billion? Time. So, could be any of the big 4. 80% is the break point. Correct answer was Amazon. With their delivery service, it maybe made a little bit of sense. 80% is the break point that we're trying to avoid. If 80% or more of you are wrong, we're going straight into purge number 4. Good luck. Thank you for the follow. Start the meter. I don't want things to get confusing when the purge over-purges itself. We're still climbing, and we've stopped. 41% is what we have got to, and stopping there. So the hive mind has saved you 10 players, 59% knowing the answer was Amazon, 1 player going for Microsoft, 4 going for Google, nobody going for Apple, and 2 abstentions there. You've survived it. On we go to question number 15. Last one, where there are 4 options. Breakpoint drops to 70%, 70% or more of you wrong. We go into purge number 4. Good luck. Question number 15. Here are the options. IRS, NSA, CIA, FBI. Which government agency's initials can be spelled with 3 chemical symbols? Thank you for the follow and the confusion. This is a very good question, and that's time. What's happening with all the cats? Oh, the cats are being flung out, apparently.
No, It's just that they're all being thugs.
Oh, the cats are being thugs, so they're being sent out to cool off. Right. IRS, NSA, CIA, or FBI. Which one of those is made up of the 3 chemical symbols? Correct answer was... It's FBI. FBI can be spelled with 3 chemical symbols: iodine, boron, and I want to say phosphorus, but I don't think that's right. No, phosphorus is pH. What's F? Fluorine. Thank you. I did look it up when I proofed it. Fluorine, boron, and iodine. FBI. So 70% is the break point. Let's see if we've avoided it. Start the meter. We're over halfway there and we're still climbing. And we've stopped 53%. Just 47% knowing the correct answer there and 7 abstentions. A lot of people thinking it but running out of time. 2 people going for NSA. You've avoided a purge but only just. Congratulations if you've survived until now. That sounds like a donation coming in. Let's reset the breakpoint and I'll go and check that donation out. As we go to question number 16, there are now 5 options available per question. A, B, C, D, or E, making it that much more difficult. The breakpoint drops to 60%. And holy potatoes, topper 1 for a great streamer for keeping me entertained the past few months. Unbelievable. £269 for the meme. Thank you. Unbelievable donation there. Thank you very much indeed, Topper 1 Gaming. I hope you claim the reward as well that goes with donations of over £200. If not, we can have a chat after the fact. But thank you so much for your generosity. A reminder that everything raised today does go to help support Samaritans. As well, £26 come in from Jason. Forget the banker, hashtag match the governor. Thank you very much for the £26 there, Jason. And from Shadowmay, £5. Here's to a jolly good cause, everyone. Now let's have one of the greatest of Ben's quizzing customs, a good old-fashioned purge. Maybe you should have called that beforehand, but thank you for the £5 donation there, Shadowmane, as well. I'm just going to go and check in with the rewards and see if you did claim one. Return to campaign. Let's go there, because I'm on the wrong page. Did you claim a reward, Topper 1? You didn't. Well, if you maybe meant to, or you're not particularly fussed either way, we can have a chat about that after the fact. But thank you very much for the very kind donation. Question number 16. The breakpoint is 60%. There are potentially 2 more purges that we're going to face. We may not get to face them all, but there are now 5 options to this question. Good luck. Question number 16. Options are 10, 2, 6, 4, 8. How many US states' names end with the same letter they begin with? It's a thinky question. Not everyone getting an answer in. Most did, but not everyone. Correct answer was... It's 4, just the 4. And I looked them up before. Arizona is 1. Ohio is 1. Alaska is a 3rd. And there's Alabama. Thank you, Tipster. Alabama is the 4th. I knew 3 of them began with A. So 60% is the breakpoint we are trying to avoid. Correct answer was D. Are we avoiding a purge on this question? Start the meter. Quarter of the way there. Halfway there and still climbing. 3/4 of the way there and still climbing. If 60% or more if you get this wrong, this could be a very, very tricky time. Oh! Not getting distracted by the follow alert that happened just before, maybe giving everyone a heart attack here. You forgot Kentucky. Quite right. 58.82%. Getting that one right, just 7 players, 41%, just enough to avoid the purge. Congratulations if you got that one wrong. And if you got it right, well, you've stopped the purge. For the players who got it wrong, that would have been a bit of a bloodbath. But for now, you're safe. Let's go to the next question. Still 5 options. Breakpoint drops to 50%. Have a look at question number 17. Options are beer, tea, soda, coffee, milk. Making a squeezing motion with one hand is the American Sign Language word for what beverage? And there's time. Breakpoint is 50%. Let's see what the correct answer was. It's milk. Milk. Yes, it's supposed to be milking cows, I think is what it is. One hand. Milk a cow with one hand. Just like that. Cow juice. Yes. 50% is what we're trying to avoid. Who was right, who was wrong? Start the meter. Well, we're halfway there. And we've stopped at 29%. 2 abstentions there. A couple of people going for soda. 1 person going for beer. No one going for tea or coffee. Milk was the correct answer, which the majority, 71%, decided to go for. Very well played. 3 more questions before we go to the final purge. Are we going to have a regular purge before then? Let's drop the breakpoint. 5 options again. Question number 18. 40% now the breakpoint. The very best of luck. Here are the options. Roulette. Tetris. Poker. Pong. Solitaire. Removing 1 letter from which of these games will give you the name of a fractional currency used in the country of Georgia? There's a number of abstentions there. People having a think. It's a very, very good question, a very crafty question. The correct answer was B, Tetris. It's Tetri, which is the fractional currency used in Georgia. 40% or more of you are wrong here, then we are going into purge number 4. Good luck. Start the meter. We're at 30%, we're slowing down, and we're still climbing. And we're there. Wow, 71% wrong. 4 abstentions there. So we were getting close to the purge just with the abstentions. 3 going for solitaire, 3 going for pong, 1 going for poker, 1 going for roulette. Only 5 players going for the correct answer, Tetris, which means if the players in this purge, if none of them survives, then we have got our final 5. If not, we've got potentially 2 more questions to look at first. Let's find out who's going into purge number 4. Connor, Hodders, Shadowmane, Cola, Big Screen Quiz, Matt the Ref, Samster, Lucario, Proogs, Jack Wilfred, Vitrudel, and Elias. You are in purge number 4. Well done to Procyon, Kegler Coach, Brian, 8minky, and now cut that out. Sit back and relax for a few seconds. 4th purge question, 20 seconds to get a full answer in, no multiple choice on this. The very best of luck. Here's the question. On which continent would you find the country of Bolivia? And every player getting in an answer. Are they all correct? Sounds. Thank you very much for all the new follows and hosts and all the rest of it. On which continent would you find the country of Bolivia? Maybe a little bit easy for this stage of the game, but it can short circuit your brain. Are you being tricked rather straightforward for a purge question? Maybe. Let's have a look. Correct answer was it's South America. Not everybody was right. 2 players going for Europe and 1 going for Africa. Majority getting the correct answer there, but unfortunately Connor, Shadowmane, and Matt the Ref, those are not the correct answers, and I'm afraid that means you've been purged. So, there's a very strong possibility that we are going to be playing out to question 20 and then looking at the scores. We may get another purge, but with the breakpoint being 90% and then 80% for the last 2 questions, I think it's unlikely, though possible. Very best of luck. Question number 19. There are 5 options. Breakpoint is 90%. Options are John Cusack, Jim Gaffigan, Reba McEntire, Daryl Hammond, George Hamilton. Who has not portrayed a fictionalised Colonel Sanders in a marketing campaign for KFC? And there's time. Breakpoint is 90%, but this is a fairly niche question. Getting a lot of love for this question in the chat, Bob. Let's take a look. The correct answer was it's John Cusack. John Cusack never has, the other 4 all have. 90%. It's a pretty high benchmark. Let's find out who was right, who was wrong. Start the meter. Well, we're climbing. We're still climbing. But we've stopped at 43%, 42.86, 1 abstention. 8 people going for the correct answer, John Cusack there. Nobody going for Jim Gaffigan. Rebecca McIntyre just 1, Daryl Hammond 2, George Hamilton 2. You've avoided a purge. Well played. Let's go on to the final question of the main game proper. Question number 20. Breakpoint is 80%. There are 5 options available. After this, if we don't have a purge, then the 5 highest scoring players will progress to the final. Congratulations if it applies to you that you've got this far, but commiserations, we can only have 5 in the final. Very, very best of luck. Question number 20. Options are Etsy, Nokia, Samsung, Adobe, Toshiba. Which of these companies got its name for a small body of water that ran behind the home of one of its co-founders? Apologies for the typo that I've overlooked in there. Time. So it's the final main game question before the final purge. Let's take a look. The correct answer was Adobe. Adobe was the correct answer. So if 80% or more of you are wrong, then we are going to have the final purge before the final purge, so to speak. A final purge lowercase before the final purge uppercase. Otherwise, it will just be the top 5 scoring players who go through to the final. Good luck. Start the meter. Well, we're halfway there, and we are still climbing. With so few players in the game, only 14 players, each of your answers is going to have a lot more weighting at this point. 70%, and we are still going. And we're slowing, and I don't believe it, the game has timed out perfectly. 20 questions and exactly 5 purges. 85% were wrong there. 86%, 85.7% rounded up. Only 2 players given the correct answer of Adobe, which means only 2 players, and they're not even guaranteed passage, because if we have a lot of survivors of the purge, they may not have enough points. But 2 abstentions, 3 for Toshiba, 1 for Samsung, 1 for Nokia, 5 for Etsy. Not the right answer. The answer was Adobe. So the vast majority, 12 players, are going into this last 5th purge before we get to the final purge. Let's take a look who's going to be in it. Procyon, Hodders, Cola, Brian, Big Screen Quiz, Kegler, Lucario, Now Cut That Out, Jack Wilfred, Vitrudal, 8 Minky, and Elias. You're all in this 5th purge. Prugs and Samster, take a sit back for a minute and we'll find out what happens. It would be a perfectly rounded game pack, and I'm not wishing this on anybody, but if only 3 players survive this purge, so if 9 get it wrong, then it would be a perfectly round, perfectly measured game pack with having all the questions and all the purges and having exactly 5 at the end. But may or may not be the case. We will find out. Good luck. 20 seconds, full answers to the bot. Here's the 5th purge question. How many times will we have a Friday the 13th in 2021? Players having a think. 8 Minky's in. Here comes some more answers. If you don't answer, it is treated as wrong. So even if you're not sure, might as well have a guess. No answer from Vitrudal, so Vitrudal will be lost automatically. I wish you all the best of luck here. The correct answer is 1. Just the 1. Oh, 4 players survived the purge rather than 3. Which, oh god, I'm choking, which means 1 player's going to be very sad. Cola going for 0, Brian going for 2, Big Screen Quiz going for 3, Panda going for 2, Vitrudal no answer, 2, 2, and twice. No, there's just going to be the 1, and I think it's in... I looked it up, but I can't now remember. Someone will tell me in the chat. Only going to be the 1. Procyon, Hodders, Lucario, and Now Cut That Out. Very, very well played. You have survived this 5th purge, but for everybody else, I'm afraid you failed to answer it correctly, and you've been purged. So there are 6 players left. 1 of you is going to be disappointed. Procyon, Hodders, Samster, Lucario, Prugs, and Now Cut That Out. All have been in the final before. Pretty sure all have come close to, apart from Lucario. I think it's Lucario's first time here, but his reputation does go before him. Let's find out who's got the high score. Which of these 6 is going to be disappointed? It's Now Cut That Out with 15 points. We don't have to go to the tiebreaker. Prugs and Hodders with 16. Procyon and Samster with 17. Lucario with 18. Correct answers. Now Cut That Out. 15 is a very commendable score. 15 out of 20. But unfortunately, you're not going to make it into the final purge this week, which means you're going to be purged. For the other 5, though, let's go to the final purge. All but 5 players have been purged, but only one of you can emerge as the champion. Lucario, because you are in the lead, you're going to have the choice of whether you go first or last in this final set of questions. How this works, for those of you who haven't seen it before, you will be given half a question. Based on that half a question, you need to decide whether you're going to play or pass. If you're going to play, you simply type play, and then I assign the question to you. If you're not going to play, you type pass, followed by the name of the player you'd like to pass it to. It doesn't have to be exact, but you do have to tell me which player. Otherwise, I will have to assign it at random, or you'll have to tell me in the chat. It was just going to waste a little bit of time. So, Lucario, because you are leading, you have got the choice of whether you go first or last. Play will either go from left to right or right to left. So in a minute, you'll need to whisper to the bot either F or L for first or last when the bot prompts you to, depending what you'd like to do. So, Lucario, because you're currently leading, you will therefore decide whether you play first or last. So whispering F or L now, depending whether you'd like to play first or last. Lucario has chosen to go last, and questions will therefore be asked in ascending order of point score, starting with Prugs. So, a reminder that if you nominate somebody else to answer the question and they get it right, you're eliminated. If you attempt to answer the question and get it wrong, you're eliminated. If you offer it to someone else and they get it wrong, they're eliminated. If you attempt the question yourself and get it right, you get to pick somebody else to eliminate. And these are 5 very formidable finalists, so you're going to want to think carefully. If you play the question and get it right, you get to pick somebody else to eliminate. But Prugs, the game is going to be starting with you. Decide whether you want to answer this question or nominate somebody else. Remember, you're only going to get half a question, and based on that, you need to make your decision. And a reminder, if you wish to nominate somebody else, you must indicate who in your response. Prugs, here's your half a question. In computing, if you want to nominate, you've got to tell me who. If you want to play, you need to say play. Prugs is going to play this question. I need to move my wine over to the other side so that I can see the console. Not the console, the inspector. So Prugs, you're going to play this question on computing. If you get it right, you get to eliminate somebody else. If you get it wrong, you knock yourself out. Prugs, this question is for you. So again, you've got 20 seconds to answer the question, Prugs, whispering your answer to the bot. Here is the question in full. In computing, what does the P in HTTP stand for? Prugs is saying protocol. Is that the right answer? Certainly is. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. So Prugs, you have the very great... Oh, yes, more P. More P, M. Clemson. You've now got the very great honour of choosing a player to eliminate. So you need to just whisper the name to the bot when the bot prompts you. Prugs, who's going home? Oh, no, I need to say that it's right. It is the right answer. So, Prugs, who's going home? Procyon, your reputation goes ahead of you, my friend. Unfortunately, Prugs has chosen you to eliminate. Playing the strategy game, it is a bit ruthless at this end. And apologies coming in the chat, but Procyon, I'm so sorry, but you've been purged. Lucario's going last, so Lucario may well end up getting purged as well. Hodders, next question falls to you. You get half a question. You need to decide whether you're going to answer this question or nominate somebody else. If you wish to nominate somebody else, you must indicate who in your response. Hodders, here's half a question. How many stars you're going to nominate Lucario? Not enough information for Hodders to go with this question. Remember, Lucario, if you get this one right, then Hodders will be eliminated from the game. If you get it wrong, you will be eliminated from the game. So, Lucario, this question is for you. So you've seen half a question, Lucario. As soon as the bot prompts you, whisper the answer in full to the bot. Here is that question in full. How many stars are depicted in the logo for Subaru? Lucario is saying 7. Are there 7 stars in the Subaru logo? There's not, there's only 6. It might look like 7 because there's one big one and then 2 little ones and 3 little ones still. Lucario, I'm very sorry, but 7 is the wrong answer. And because that question was nominated to you, it does mean you've been purged. Procyon gone, Lucario gone. Samster, this next question is going to fall to you. Depending what happens after this, the question is going to loop back around to Prugs if he's still here. If he's not, it'll go to Hodders. Samster, next question's for you. Again, decide whether you want to play or pass, question or nominate, so to speak. And if you want to nominate somebody else, you need to tell me who you want to nominate. Thank you for the follow. Samster, here's half a question. What element on the periodic table... I thought you might. This seems like it's a question up your alley, Samster. Thank you very much for the follow. Goodness me, 138 viewers. Wonder why. Welcome to you all. Lovely to have you here. Samster, you are choosing to play this question. This question, Samster, is for you. That'll be why DC7 said, welcome. If you're just joining, welcome to the game. We'll be playing Face Off very, very shortly. We are going to wrap up this game of the Purge. First of all, holy cow, just the numbers going up. I'm going to ignore them. Samster, here is your question in full. What element on the periodic table shares its chemical symbol with the postal code of the US state Minnesota? I need the element, not the symbol. 10 seconds. Saying manganese. Manganese. Is that the right answer? It certainly is. Very well played, Samster. And because you chose to play that question yourself, thank you very much for the follow. Samster, yes, MN, I believe, is the answer. Samster, you now have the opportunity to eliminate either Hodders or Prugs. Who is it going to be? That is the correct answer. Samster, who are you taking out? Samster's going to take out Hodders. What I'm going to do at this point, because I need to do it for the next game anyway, I'm just temporarily going to pause the alerts from OBS Streamlabs because we're playing the Purge, and that's the Purge sound effect, so that is going to get slightly distracting to the game and the next game as well. So thank you very much for all the love and all the follows. Lovely to have you all here. I'll put those on in a bit. Welcome to you all. Going to eliminate Hodders. Hodders, I'm afraid your time has come. Samster got his question right, which means it's time for you to go. According to him, unfortunately, Hodders, you've been purged. Which means the final two players are Samster and Prugs is going to fall to you for the final question as to whether or not you're going to play or pass. You already know the drill to this point. If you want to play, you don't need to tell me who you're going to nominate to, because if you're going to nominate, it's obviously going to be Samster, but a simple play or pass based on this half question, Prugs. Half question is, which Shakespeare play what's it going to be, Prugs? You're going to play. I thought you might. Prugs is a bit of an old theatre bod, but maybe he's weighing up how good he is at theatre compared with how bad Samster is at Shakespeare. I don't know. Don't know if Samster is a good Shakespearean. But Prugs has elected to play this question, so the final question of the Purge, Prugs, is for you. So the very, very best of luck to you, Prugs, if you get this one right. You get to eliminate Samster. If you get it wrong, you eliminate yourself. Final question of the game. Here it is in full. Which Shakespeare play is the shortest, coming in at under 15,000 words? Ten seconds. Prugs is saying Romeo and Juliet. Is that the right answer? It's not. It's a comedy of errors. Bad luck, Prugs. It's not the right answer, which means you've tripped at this final hurdle, surviving up until here, but unfortunately not the right answer, and that does mean you are the very last player, Prugs, to be purged. Which means at the end of a nail-biting game of all of the questions being asked, all 29 questions in the pack, plus a tiebreaker making 30, they've all been asked. Samster, congratulations to you. You have survived the Purge. Well, very, very well done, Samster. Just going to check in with the leaderboards of the Purge. How have you fared on that in the past? This is Samster's first time winning the Purge. Dogfish, David, Mogra, Storm, Carr, Procyon, now cut that out, Joey Gateman, Hodders, and Drew the Iris. But Samster has not won it before. You have now. You can add it to your trophy cabinet if you like. Very, very well played, Samster. You're the survivor of the Purge, and you can have a trophy. We will be solidified in the Hall of Fame. Incidentally, if anybody wants to come and look at the Hall of Fame, newcomers, welcome. Do come and join the Discord. For anyone who is just joining us here, we are about to go to our celebrity face-off game. But I'm Royal Flush, hello. And I stream interactive quiz and game shows on Tuesday and Saturday night here, twitch.tv/royal_flush. If you want to come hang out with us, do come and join the Discord. Do give us a follow. It would be lovely to have you here. Today is a very special stream raising money for Samaritans. I've been going since 1 o'clock this afternoon. It's currently 9 o'clock in the evening. We've raised £1,736.23 so far, thanks to this amazing community being so generous with their money. Here, all going for a very, very good cause. Samaritans are a charity who believe that fewer people should die from suicide in this country. And so that's what we're raising money for today. So if you feel you would like to donate, anything you can give to the Tiltify link, which is right there, would be very, very gratefully received. So we're going to go into our celebrity face-off match. I'm going to give me 5 minutes to get things set up. We will push back word wheels to after this game. We'll do 15 minutes of word wheels before we do Risky Business, which is the game following up. And incidentally, after the charity game, everyone is welcome to stay around because we've got more Twitch interactive games coming up that you can partake in, just like you've seen right here with the Purge. I'll say more in a bit, but we want to get going with the game. I don't want to keep the guests waiting any longer. Congratulations to Samster. You have survived the Purge, and I'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
makes it really marvelous.
That's one thing no man should ever forget. Hot dog diggity pausing good.
Welcome to everybody here. Thank you so much for joining us for this celebrity special edition of Face Off. I'm seeing 341 people in the channel, which is slightly scary. Oh, yes, you should be able to see the broadcast. I'm going to amend that right now. That should be fixed. So there's obviously some new people here. You're very, very welcome. Thank you so much for coming out and joining us. This is a charity stream that we're doing today. We're raising money for Samaritans. We're going since 1 o'clock this afternoon. We're going on till about midnight, 1 o'clock tomorrow morning. Everything raised is going to Samaritans, and if you would like to donate to that cause, they're a fabulous charity doing some really great work in the UK here. You can go and donate at that link right there. We've got a special celebrity edition this evening of Face Off. Face Off's a brand new game of my own design, which we're I'm just going to undeafen in the server so the guys can hear what I'm saying, even though they haven't introduced them yet. It's a brand new game of my own design. Very, very simple concept. You've got 4 players, each with 60 seconds on their clock. They've got to answer as many questions as they can within those 60 seconds. If they get it right, they move on to the next player. If they get it wrong, they get another question. And when their time runs out, they are eliminated from the game. And we keep going until there's only one left. So, I'm very excited about this, and I hope you are as well. Let's meet tonight's players. If I focus on the right window. We've got Daniel. Daniel is a 35-year-old quiz and puzzle writer from Bristol in the UK. We've got Lucy. Lucy is 47 years old. She's a comedian from London. We've got Tom. Tom is 36 years old. He's a content creator, also from London. And we've got Paul. Paul is a 47-year-old composer from Worcester in the UK. To all 4 of you, a very good evening and welcome.
Hi.
Very much.
Pleasure to have you all here. I'm going to go through and have a chat with you briefly one at a time. First of all, Daniel, I'm going to really struggle to call you Daniel because I just know you as Dan.
Happy with Dan, Daniel, or Quizzy. That's
I think we'll go Dan. Dan, thanks so much for being here. So I know you've had a fairly busy week with sort of one thing and another. Not to go into detail now, but unless you particularly want to. But let's move on. I know you've had a busy week, so thank you very much for being here. Dan, just tell us a little bit about you, what you do, what your background is.
I'm a big quiz fan. I went on lots of quiz shows as a youngster, and eventually I won some money on a quiz show, and that enabled me to start working for ITV at the time. And since then, I've either been doing question writing or puzzle writing for the Press Association or things like that. I'm about to start next week being a questions AP on a new show, so I love all things quiz, but does that mean I'm any good at them? We shall see, because I have the internet to do the research, but whether I know my stuff, we will see.
We will indeed. Well, Dan, lovely to have you with us, and thank you very much for joining us. And facing off against Dan tonight is Lucy. Lucy, good evening and welcome.
Oh my goodness, hi.
Hi.
I'm very excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
A pleasure. Thank you for joining us. So you've got a background as I know. Obviously, you're sort of make a living as a comedian principally, but I know you've got a big handle in the quiz world. Just tell us a bit about your background and the sort of stuff that you get up to.
Oh, I certainly don't make any money off quizzing, but then who does?
Who does?
I'm just a massive fan of the quiz from being a young thing, watching Paul Daniels and Jim Bowen and all those amazing people, and I have been lucky enough in recent years to, being a comedian, they ask you to go on quiz shows. So I've done like The Chase and Mastermind and had all these brilliant experiences, and I now co-host a podcast with Jenny Ryan.
That's right.
The Vixen, who is amazing. And so it's quite nice really, because I have no ambition to be like a professional quizzer, because I look at her and I see how amazing she is and how hard it is and how hard they all work. But I dabble. I enjoy dabbling. You were recently on a Celebrity Mastermind fairly recently? Or am I making that up? Oh. I mean, I don't like to bring it up, but I did the Champion of Champions. I mean, I'm embarrassed that you even mentioned it. Yeah. Well,
it's got to count for something, maybe.
That was really nice, because mainly because I beat Miles Jupp, who is my nemesis. Right.
Well, we haven't got Miles Jupp here this evening, but you have got 3 other formidable opponents, and we wish you the very best of luck. Thank you again for being with us, Lucy.
Thank you.
And facing off against Dan and Lucy is Tom. Tom, good evening and welcome. Have we lost Tom?
It's hello.
Hi,
Am I still here? There we go.
You're still here. I've got you now. How are you?
It has been nearly a year of pandemic Zoom calls, and sometimes I still leave myself on mute. It's amazing. I'm doing good. Normally, normally I'm asking the questions for things like this on YouTube now, and it is nerve-wracking to be on the other end of that for once, because I've got a reputation to keep up here now.
Well, you recently did a bit of an experiment with a virtual studio with
Yes.
I almost said Deciphered. I thought, no, that's one of mine. It was Disconnected. It began with a D.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
It's a lot of fun. That we were trying to find a quiz that could work remotely, that wasn't just faces on a screen, and so we got a kind of a 3D set designed that put me at the top of a virtual broadcast tower in this massive virtual studio that is not green screen. So it's 2 massive LED walls, 1 LED floor, all rigged up to the cameras, and it looked wonderful. It was also a lot of favours pulled in to make that show work. So if it's returning, it will probably not be on that massively expensive screen, but a lot of fun.
But, you're well known amongst because you've run quite a successful YouTube channel, and which I'm a big fan of myself. And you talk a lot about quite clever things a lot of the time, and you talk a lot about programming and the things you might not know series.
I do, but that's because I spend a lot of time researching. Like how much of my brain have I now offloaded to Google and offloaded to the internet? I guess we're about to find out.
We are indeed about to find out and see if indeed anything has stuck. Tom, lovely to have you here. Thank you for being with us, and the very best of luck tonight.
You.
And finally, facing off against Dan and Lucy and Tom is Paul. Paul, good evening.
Good evening. How's it going?
Very well indeed. Lovely to have you here. I was to say, Paul, we found Paul hanging out in the green room earlier on when just before the stream went live. I sort of said to Ash, Paul Farrer's in the green room. I think he wants to do a sound test, and it seemed to all go swimmingly. But Paul, thank you very much for joining us. So your background's as a composer, principally for media, TV and film.
Yeah, that's right. So I feel a little bit like a fish out of water, because I have worked on an awful lot of quiz shows over the years. But by the time they've asked the first question, I'm already about 3 shows after this. So I put my hand up and say I have no experience of quizzes. I've never done one, and I feel that I'm going to let the side down terribly.
Are you not considering that maybe all the time you've spent writing music for various quiz shows, the Wheel, which the chat is currently singing at us, you've done the Wheel, you've done The Weakest Link, I think, 1,000 Heartbeats. Do you think that maybe being exposed to that sort of quiz world, maybe something's rubbed off by osmosis or something?
I love knowledge. All I do is read books. I love all kinds of history stuff, and I'm deeply curious about the world. And I just don't have any kind of recall. So I watch The Chase, and I kind of I'm shouting the answers about 2 seconds after everyone else. So it's quite clearly a recall problem. It's not a lack of ability. It's just the speed at which my brain works will embarrass me tonight, I'm afraid.
Well, we will soon find out if indeed that is going to be an embarrassment, or if it's going to be a surprise sound victory. Thank you very much, Paul, and to all 4 of you. It's lovely to have you here. Thank you for joining us. So the rules are very, very simple. Daniel's drawn the short straw and is going to start on the blue podium, which means he's going to be answering first. If he gets the question right, the clock will pass over to Lucy, and then to Tom, and then to Paul, and back to Daniel, and so on. If they get it wrong, then they get another question, and as soon as the time hits 0, then that player is summarily eliminated from the game. Thank you all very much again for being here. I'm going to stop saying that because I've said it like 12 times now, and it's probably getting quite tedious. Shall we go to the arena?
Let's do it.
Let's go to the face-off arena. So, like I said, Dan, you're going to be starting us off. Each of you has got 60 seconds on your clock. The very best of luck to you all. Dan, you're starting, and Dan, your time starts now. Dan, Brad Pitt stars as Tyler Durden in which 1999 film? Correct. Lucy, the media tycoon Rupert Murdoch was born in which country?
Australia.
Correct. Tom, what is the largest brass instrument in an orchestra?
Tuba.
Correct. Paul, Cass Elliot and John Phillips were both members of which California-based vocal group?
The Mamas and the Poppers?
Correct. Daniel, the protagonists of the long-running cartoon strip by Bill Watterson are Calvin and who?
Hobbes.
Correct. Lucy, raclette is a regional speciality from which European country?
Ooh, France?
No, it's Switzerland. Which country launched the Sputnik 1 satellite into space in 1957?
The USSR.
Correct, Soviet Union. Tom, what was the original name of the British band Blur? Selwyn or Seymour?
Selwyn.
Incorrect, it's Seymour. What is 1/9 of 99?
11.
Correct. Paul, according to the Old Testament, which hero killed 1,000 men with the jawbone of an ass?
Solomon.
No, it was Samson. What M is the traditional Celtic language of the Isle of Man?
Manx.
Correct. Daniel, in the 1994 film Shallow Grave, which Scottish actor played the character?
Pass.
It's Ewan McGregor. Complete the title of the 1987 movie starring Steve Martin, John Candy.
Automobiles.
Correct. Lucy, in 1440, King Henry VI founded which famous public school?
Eton.
Correct. Tom, on New Year's Eve in 1999, who resigned as president of Russia?
Gorbachev?
No, it's Boris Yeltsin. Which word is a term for a monarch and the name for a former British gold coin?
Sovereign.
Correct. Paul, the men's version of which Olympic sport features the events parallel bars and vault?
Pass.
It's gymnastics. The pop group A1 had their first UK #1 single in 2000 with a cover of which version of a Ha song from the 1980s?
Take on me.
Correct. Daniel, what is the colour of the harmless lie you might tell to protect the feelings of
White.
somebody? Correct. Lucy, in which country did the folk group Clannad originate?
Ireland.
Correct. Tom, the Black Sash organisation was founded in 1955 by women opposed to the apartheid in which African country?
South Africa.
Correct. Paul, which famous blonde actress played Angela Finlay in the film The Asphalt Jungle?
Jessica Lange.
Marilyn Monroe. Which female singer released an album in 2002 entitled Lovers Live?
Pass.
It's Sade. In cricket, the home ground of which county is called the Rose Bowl? Hampshire or Kent?
Kent.
No, it's Hampshire. What C describes the transportation of heat through a liquid or gas?
Conduction.
No, it's convection. What W is a word originating in Scotland that means little? It is we, but Paul, I'm afraid you're just out of time. Oh, Paul.
My life. Absolutely shocking performance there.
Well,
Yeah, those
were
were
brutal
hard.
questions.
They were
You got a nasty run there.
no,
Oh,
that's it.
Samson and Marilyn Monroe, those were hard.
The thing with this game is that if you get into a spiral of bad questions, it can be very difficult to pull yourself out of it. And I think maybe the pressure just got to you there. But Paul,
Does anyone have the Samaritan's number?
I think you can certainly follow the Tiltify link, and there will be some information there. But I hope that this little bit of friendly fun here is not all that for yourself, Paul. But
It didn't feel like friendly fun. I gotta be honest.
well, it's Fast and Furious. The pressure's going to be on. But hey, Paul.
You should have heard the thing we were all saying to each other in the chat before the show. Honestly.
Shut up to think what was going on in the green room.
Oh, yeah.
Paul, it's been lovely having you here. Is there anything you would like to say to the viewers before you
Yes.
leave from us?
Is this it now? Is that it? I've literally. That's it. I'm dead.
I'm afraid that's it. You're out of the game.
That's fine. Well, how much money have you raised so far?
£1,876.23.
Okay. Well, I'm adding £1,000 to that total. And I'll send
Oh my God!
the Samaritans on behalf of you.
That's amazing.
That's unbelievably kind of you. Thank you so much, Paul.
I'm really quite something. And listen, guys, I wish you all the best, and well done for doing this. You know, it's good. It's an important thing that you're doing, and I'm sorry that I'm such a total amateur. But I have.
Well, no, it's been a pleasure having you, and thank you so much for your generosity there.
You're very welcome.
Ash will be able to point you towards the right page to do that. But for now, Paul, until next time, thank you very much, and we'll see you again soon, I hope.
Have a great evening.
Hooray! Well done.
So, Paul goes out, but not before giving an extremely generous donation to the Samaritans. Thank you very much to Paul for that. But we have got the small matter of the rest of the game to play out. Dan, Lucy and Tom have all survived. Tom has got the least amount of time left on his clock, which means he is going to be starting the next round, followed by Lucy, and Dan is going to be going third. Let's go on to round 2. So here we are, into round 2. Well done, you've made it through round 1. Tom, how was that for you?
Oh, I was not happy seeing how far my clock was going down compared to the other two. Like we've got a champion of champions of Celebrity Mastermind, and we've got someone who literally writes quiz questions for a living. If I can hold my own in this round, I'm gonna be happy.
Well, you've made it this far, and there wasn't a huge amount. There was about 7 seconds by the end of it in between you, so we'll see how you get on. Lucy, how did that compare to Mastermind?
Oh, my nerves are shredded. You're so much worse than John Humphreys. I mean, you know.
I'm going to put that on my CV. He's so much worse than John Humphreys.
I thought he was intimidating, but it turns out you are absolutely, terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Also, very impressed by Dan's. He's clearly got a sort of good tactical game because he passed like a whip. He was like, no, I'm not having that question, and I'm going to learn from that in round 2.
Absolutely a good strategy.
I know when I don't know things. It happens quite a lot.
So a Dunning-Kruger is sort of tangential to the Dunning-Kruger effect. Maybe you know what you know and you know what you don't know. But that's a perfect fair strategy. If the question comes up and you see it in the studio, and you know you're not going to know it, you can pass it quick and I'll press the button. Dan, you finished with the most time on your clock after round 1. How are you feeling going into round 2?
Absolutely, I'm terrified.
Oh no! Oh, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting abject terror from my guest. That's all I'm getting.
Oh.
Not at all
why
my
are we
intention.
That was, as Tom says, nerve shredding.
Well, you've got an extra 30 seconds each of nerve shreddingness to deal with. We're putting 90 seconds onto the clock, which means you need a little bit more stamina, but you've also got a little bit more time with your opponents possibly behind you. So, a little bit more stamina, 90 seconds each on the clock. Tom, as mentioned, you are going to be starting off this second round with the least amount of time left on your clock there. Best of luck to all three of you. And Tom, your time starts. Now, Tom, if a plant is biennial, how many growing seasons does it need to complete its life cycle? Correct. Lucy, in colloquial speech, to concentrate on the facts of the situation, to get down to brass, what?
Tax.
Correct.
Tax.
Daniel, what A is the name of the inventor who reportedly exclaimed Eureka when he discovered his famous...
Archimedes.
Correct. Tom, in the Olympics, which medal is awarded to a person gaining third place in an
Bronze.
event? Correct. Lucy, in which establishment are you more likely to encounter a flitch, a beauty salon or a butcher shop?
Butcher shop.
Correct. Daniel, what is the meaning of the word gargantuan? Very large or very small?
Very large.
Correct. Tom, in 1536, in which fortress was Queen Anne Boleyn beheaded for treason?
Tower of London.
Correct. Lucy, the Timor Sea is part of which ocean?
Oh, the Atlantic.
No, it's the Indian. In which US state did the 1996 Atlanta Olympic Games take place?
Georgia.
Correct. Daniel, what M is the term defined as hatred of women?
Misogyny.
Correct. Tom, which large padded items of equipment must be worn on the hands during a boxing
Gloves.
match? Correct. Lucy, who produced the 1928 cartoon Steamboat Willie?
Walt Disney.
Correct. Daniel, the island of Iona is in which Scottish island group? Hebrides or Shetlands?
Shetlands.
No, it's in the Hebrides. The Kerry Blue Terrier dog originated in which country?
Ireland.
Correct. Tom, what is 1 plus 449?
150.
Correct. Lucy, what important artist of the Italian Renaissance had the surname Buonarroti?
Michelangelo.
Correct. Daniel, in popular parlance, to buy something without knowing its value is to buy a pig in a what?
China shop.
It's pig in a poke. The port of Calais was controlled by which country between 1347 and 1558?
Spain.
No, it's England. The receptor cells in the eye, known as rods, are sensitive to which kind of light, bright or dim?
Dim.
Correct. Tom, in China, what form of transport is a sampan?
Pass.
It's a boat. As an Afghan hound, a lapdog or a hunting dog?
Hunting dog.
It is. Lucy, which substance available in both pressed and loose form is applied to the face to make it seem smooth and less shiny?
Powder.
Correct.
Powder.
Daniel, which three-letter word means fully out when referring to the tide and quiet when describing a sound?
Pass.
It's low. In a French restaurant, if you ordered a bottle of Vin Rouge, what would you be asking?
Red wine.
Correct. Tom, which muscles are found in each buttock, gluteus or deductor?
Gluteus.
Correct. Lucy, the final stage of the moon landings took place in a vehicle called an LEM, which stood for Lunar Excursion what?
Module.
Correct. Daniel, what item of furniture can come in a design known as a four-poster?
Bed.
Correct. Tom, James Earl Jones provides the voice for which character?
Lion King.
Correct. Lucy, what P is the name of a large solid cushion used as a seat or footrest?
Poof.
Correct. Daniel, the 2006 Football World Cup finals were staged in which country?
Brazil.
No, it's Germany. In the UK, which Sunday broadsheet newspaper was first published in 1990?
Observer.
No, it's the Independent on Sunday. The official residence of the Bishop of Durham is located in the town called Bishop what?
Ville.
No, Auckland. Which extinct Australian mammal had yellow and black stripes? The Tasmanian tiger or the Queensland quagga?
The Tasmanian tiger.
It did. Tom, Advocaat is made from brandy, sugar, and which animal product?
Eggs.
Correct. Lucy, which Sunday programme regularly presented by John Craven covers farming and rural
Country
affairs?
File. Country
Correct.
File.
Daniel, a yellowhammer is a variety of which type of animal?
Well, it's been lovely, a lovely afternoon here.
Say again? It was a bird.
That's what I said, yes. What?
A similar bird wasp. A yellow jacket is a wasp, I think, but yellowhammer is a bird.
Yes, that's what I said. Bird, yeah.
Dan, just getting into that spiral and not able to get out. I'm so sorry. But you leave with your head held high, getting to round 2 and putting up a good fight. Have you had a good time?
Oh, I tell you what, I'm relieved now. Tom and Lucy, you've got one more round to go.
Dan's just going to go and watch. Well, Dan, it's been lovely having you here. Is there anything you'd like to say or mention or promote before you go?
If you would like to follow me on Twitch, I'm at QuizzyDan. I do a quiz at the moment. In February, it's going to be every other week on a Thursday evening, and I do a few other streams. But I'd just like to say thank you, Ben, for picking the Samaritans as a charity, because I've had mental health problems in the past, and I'm still not completely happy these days, but I'm a lot better than where I was. I have been there. Whilst I've never called the Samaritans, I have been a person in need of their help. And this is not an easy part of the year for anyone, just because of the world's circumstances. They probably need all the help that they can get at the moment. So thank you very much for doing this. And I cannot be as generous as Paul, but he set a precedent. So I'm going to donate 1,000 pence. It's not pounds. I can't do that. I'll put £10 in the Tiltify link in a minute. But thank you very much, Ben. It's all going so swimmingly. You're doing a great job, and thank you very much for doing this.
Thank you very much, and a pleasure. Thank you for your generosity there as well, Dan. You're getting a lot of love in the chat, I have to say. But do go give Dan a little follow over on Twitter and on Twitch for his Thursday night quiz. Dan, thank you for your generosity. Thank you for taking part, and we'll see you another time.
Good luck, Tom and Lucy.
Thanks.
Thank
bye. We love you. Bye.
So, Dan leaves us, which brings us down to just two. Tom and Lucy, let's go to the final round. So, tables have turned again. Advantage now with Tom, who had the most time left on his clock. Lucy, you're going to be going first in this round. How are you feeling coming into round 3?
Oh, do you know, it's a stamina game now, isn't it?
Really is.
It's absolutely. I mean, I'm exhausted. If you could see me, I'm a broken husk of the woman I once was before we started this. Yeah,
Well,
no, it's.
I'll suggest a stiff glass of wine or a strong cup of tea when we're done here to help take the edge off, perhaps whatever your particular tipple happens to be.
I'll do both of them mixed with a Red Bull chaser, just to kind of pick them. But
That's I'll leave you. Report back to me how that goes for you, Lucy. I look forward to hearing about that. You are through to the final, and you're going to be playing up against Tom. Tom, you had the most time left on your clock at the end of round 2, which means you're going second. How are you feeling?
I do not need a Red Bull chaser on this. I'm not going to be sleeping for several hours now, and that's just on pure adrenaline. I'll tell you this. I can't see the chat from where I am, but I just want to say that 449 plus 1 question nearly got me.
It threw you through a loop, doesn't it?
I had the 500 out before my brain went, no! And it nearly got me.
I think it's the way it was, because it was 1 plus 449, which sort of short circuits the sort of factor, the number combinations.
That was a complete dick of a question, and it nearly got me.
Well, I tell you what, you can thank, and we must all thank David J. Bodicum for providing these questions, which he has wrangled from a source and has very kindly donated. When I said to him, I've got this idea for a game show, at the time I didn't think I'd be running a celebrity edition. I mean, this game show is literally less than a month old. But so we've got a tournament running on the channel for season 3 from next month, but I didn't think I'd be running a celebrity special after about 3 weeks of its existence. But when I said I've got this idea, he said, here you go, have 12,000 quiz questions, which I've sort of plugged through a processor to extract the details. So we're enormously grateful to David for these questions.
And I'm going to point out, despite the fact that I've worked with David on a few things, I have seen nothing, I know nothing of this. He has told me zero about anything like this. He will make that clear as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, David actually took part in the pilot and didn't win. He went out on his own questions. Went out in the second round. He didn't memorise them all, but we're enormously grateful to David, and here he is in the chat as well. So thank you very much, David, for making this a possibility. So
yeah, thanks, David. Thanks, really. Yeah,
that sounds so sincere. Well, there's a poll going on as to who they think is going to win the final. I'm not going to tell you what it says because I don't want to tilt it either way, but I'll tell you the results after the game when we do have a winner, one way or another. Lucy and Tom, you're going to be going in that order, starting with Lucy. You've now got 120 seconds on your clock, so a full 2 minutes. Remember, you can pass at any time. I must accept your first answer that you give. The very best of luck to you both. And Lucy, your time starts Now, Lucy, what style of popular music is generally used to accompany line dancing?
Country and Western.
Correct. Tom, in golf, the Ryder Cup is usually held once every how many years? 2 or 4? Correct. Lucy, which Newsnight journalist was named Presenter of the Year by the Royal Television Society in 2002?
Jeremy Paxman.
Correct. Tom, which breed of canine is the national dog of France?
Pass.
It's the poodle. What is 29 multiplied by 2?
58.
Correct.
Yes.
Lucy, which of these countries is larger by area, Canada or India?
Canada.
Correct. Tom, in music, which planet in Gustav Holst's famous suite is called the Bringer of Peace?
Saturn.
No, it's Venus. Of which British mountain range and extensions of the Grampians is Ben Matteucci the highest peak?
Pass.
It's
My God, pass.
It's Tom. It's the
I
Cairngorms.
pass. I pass for you.
In the TV drama Clocking Off, what is the main setting? A
Textile factory.
Correct. Lucy, according to the slogan coined by Marshall Field, the customer is always what?
Right.
Correct. Tom, which British dessert is made with sponge cake and fruit covered with layers of
Trifle.
Correct. Lucy, in the TV soap Dallas, which character played by Linda Gray was the wife of J.R. Ewing?
Sue Ellen.
Correct. Tom, what kind of creature is a dunnock, a fish or a bird?
Bird.
Correct. Lucy, in American slang, a gas guzzler consumes large quantities of what substance? Fuel or lemonade?
Fuel.
Correct. Tom, which of these is not a type of birch tree? Himalayan, Chinese, or Malayan?
Malayan.
Correct. Lucy, which film released in the UK in March 2002 stars Gene Hackman as the father of a dysfunctional family of geniuses?
Oh God, the Royal Tenenbaums.
Correct. Tom, in 1979, which hotel in the place Vendôme in Paris was bought by a businessman, Mohammed Al Fayed?
Pass.
It's the Ritz. What eye is a name given to a type of verb that does not conform to the usual pattern?
Pass.
Irregular. In nature, what do small sundew plants feed on?
Flies.
Correct. Lucy, the thin, crisp breadsticks known as grissini are from which country?
Italy.
Correct. Tom, for what was the 1930s director Busby Berkeley also
Choreography.
famous? Correct. Lucy, if a person is referred to as pig-headed, they are being what? Obstinate or easygoing?
Obstinate.
Correct. Tom, what E is the name of a weekly news and opinion magazine founded in London in 1840s?
Economist.
Correct. Lucy, the fishing town of Whitstable is northwest of which cathedral city in Kent?
Canterbury.
Correct. Tom, if someone punches a person, they can be said to be giving them a bunch of what?
Pass.
It's fives. What is the occupation of Gordon Ramsay, artist or chef?
Chef.
Correct. Lucy, found in Asia, the Indus and the Tigris are both major examples of what type of geographical feature?
River.
Correct. Tom, what is 2/3 of 36?
24.
Correct. Lucy, taken from French, what is the common alternative name for a public slaughterhouse?
Oh, pass.
It's an abattoir. In 2004, which English boy band had UK #1 hit singles with the singles Who's David and
No,
Thunderbirds?
pass,
It's busted. What does the French word déjeuner mean in English? Lunch or mustard?
Lunch.
Correct. Tom, the Revised Standard and the New English are both versions of which book?
The Bible.
Correct. Lucy, what W is a climbing plant which has clusters of usually lilac-covered flowers and belongs...
Wisteria.
Correct. Tom, the wearing of severely tailored clothing by women to convey professionalism is known as what dressing?
Pass.
It's power. Who was the Labour Prime Minister from 1964 to 1970?
Heath.
No, it's Wilson. In the shipping forecast, which of these sea areas does not border the Irish coast? Shannon, Fastnet, or Faroes? Correct. Lucy, in which English city are the Mersey Maritime Museum and the Walker Art Gallery?
Liverpool.
Correct. Tom, tapas originated in which country?
Spain.
Correct. Lucy, what type of creature is an oyster catcher?
Bird.
Correct. Tom, Anthony Gormley and Elizabeth Frink are most associated with which branch of the arts? Ballet
Sculpture.
or sculpture? Correct. Lucy, the Egyptian city of Alexandria was founded by which military leader?
Alexander the Great.
Correct. Tom, which member of Take That wrote the UK #1 hit singles?
Gary
Pray?
Barlow.
Correct. Lucy, according to Alexander Pope, to err is human, to forgive what?
Divine.
Correct. Tom, in 2002,
Good
the
game,
first
Lucy.
record... And Tom, you're out of time.
Oh, I think there's one or two passes there that I could have got if I'd have not been panicking. Oh,
Just shows you
Well,
the
I did
better in this
that
game.
was sharp all the way through.
I was trying to pass on your questions at one point. I was absolutely...
did try to do that.
I was like, oh my God, I don't know this. And then I realised, oh, thank God it's yours. But I'm sorry, I was... I
don't think it made 23 seconds of difference at any point in there.
Well, great sportsmanship all round. But Tom, thank you so much for being with us. But unfortunately, you are tripping at the final hurdle, losing to Lucy Porter there. Tom, anything you would like to add, promote, mention before you depart?
Just saying, if you've come to the channel just because I tweeted about it, thank you very much. Thanks for supporting me, if you did. And please, I realise that we're in the middle of weird times and that not everyone can donate to charity right now. But if you have some spare money available, this is for the Samaritans. If you're outside the UK, they are our suicide lifeline. They're a wonderful charity. If you have the ability, please do send some money their way. There is a Tiltify link down at the bottom of the Twitch stream. I do not have Paul's game show weakest link royalties money either, but I am, on behalf of my company and of me, sending £500 over there now, and that should be going through Tiltify about now, so hopefully that'll appear on screen in just a moment. Thank you so much. That was a really good game. I had a lot of fun, and good luck with Season 3.
Thank you very much indeed, Tom. Thank you for your generosity and for your kind words there. I see the totals just coming. When I turn the alerts back on, I think the Twitch's the stream's going to go to meltdown. But thank you so much indeed, Tom, for being here. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, and I hope to speak with you another time.
Thank you. Good night.
So that means our champion of champions in this celebrity edition, the first ever celebrity edition of Face Off, is none other than Lucy Porter. Lucy, congratulations.
Well, it feels undeserved, but nonetheless really appreciated. So I shall be basking in the glory of this for some days to come.
Well, you've given us a tremendous show. It's been wonderful having you on. Thank you so much for agreeing to come and talk to us and for taking part in the game. Is there anything you would like to mention, to promote, or say anything about come the end of the stream?
I would like to just say thank you so much for having me, and well done for the wonderful things that you're doing. I shall also be donating an undisclosed amount to the wonderful Samaritans who have helped me and many people I know over the years. And my mother-in-law was a volunteer for the Samaritans for many, many years. And yeah, I mean, just an absolutely brilliant charity and such a wonderful thing to do. So well done you, and tremendous fun to boot. We've all had a lovely time. So thank you to the losers, as I'm now going to refer to them.
A wonderful, if perhaps slightly stressful time, but no, I have to. The Samaritans is something close to my heart. I know a lot of people of the community have been going through difficult times at the moment. The community that we run here. My wife's brother's actually a volunteer for the Samaritans, so it's something that runs a little bit in the family. So thank you so much for your generosity, both with your donation and with your time this evening, for coming to join us. I hope you've had a good time.
Thank you so much. Best of luck with it all. Mwah,
thank you very much. Thank you, Lucy. Do take care. So there is your champion, Lucy Porter, triumphing over Dan Peake, Tom Scott and Paul Farrer. And if you've tuned in to watch the celebrity match, I hope that you've enjoyed it. Don't forget, the Tiltify link is still live now. So if you'd like to go and donate, you can do that at that link right there. I'm just posting into the chat. If you just joined us for the celebrity match, do stick around because the evening continues. We have got Risky Business. No, we haven't. We've got Word Wheels next, which is a self-running game while I go and slightly calm down. We've then got Risky Business, which is going to have been written by 8 Minky. We've then got our final charity game of Deal or No Deal, and rounding the night off with my first original, Danger Zone 2. All of these get remaining games, apart from Deal or No Deal, of course, are mass multiplayer that you can play along with at home. So if you fancy a bit of quizzing yourself, then do stick around and you'll be able to take part. Thank you to everyone for all the new follows, for all the donations. I see we're at £2,624.69 now, following in with the meme. So thank you all so very, very much for all the love and all the support. Thank you to our wonderful celebrities. Congratulations to Lucy on winning Face Off there. Do stick around. Word Wheels coming up in just a few minutes, and then we're going to be back with Risky Business probably in about 10 or 15 minutes time. Take care. Thank you for joining us, and stay there. I don't know why I sound like I'm ending the night. I'm not ending the night. The night carries on. Thanks for coming. Do stay here, and I'll be back very, very shortly. Congrats to Lucy. Enjoy the credits.
Public Enemy number 3, 10 years ago, was released today from the federal penitentiary after serving 11 years of a 10-to-life sentence. To this day, $250,000 in gold bullion involved in the original crime has not been recovered. Police officials doubt the gold can be recovered, pointing out that should the gold be found by Pappas, the insurance company would have the first claim. $250,000 in gold, and this guy used to be a father. Hey, I'd sure like to meet this guy.
Look, I got something big on tap now. Remember my telling you about Victor Pappas? Guy used to be my partner?
You mean the gentleman who was serving his time in the federal penitentiary?
Was serving time, baby.
Don't call me baby.
Sorry. Anyway, he got out today. Throwing a little party for him tomorrow night.
So?
So he's got $250,000 hidden away. I'm the boy that's gonna find out where.
$250,000?
so fast for you. Know I read slow. There's nothing to read, stupid. They're just pictures.
Welcome.
The crypt doors creak and the tombstones quake. Happy haunts materialize. And begin to vocalize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize. Now don't close your eyes and don't try to hide. Or a silly spook, place it by your side. Shrouded in a dark disguise. They pretend to terrorize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize. The crypt doors creak and the tombstones quake. Now don't close your eyes and don't try to hide. Or a silly spook, place it by your They pretend to terrorize. Grim ghosts come out to socialize. As the moon climbs high on the dead oak tree. When you hear the knell of a requiem bell, because in my spirit smell restless bones and teary eyes. Rises squeaks up every side. Grim ghosts come out to socialize.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion. I am your host, your ghost host. Kindly step all the way in, please, and make room for everyone. There's no turning back now. The carriage that will carry you into the moldering sanctum of the spirit world will accommodate you and one or two loved ones. Kindly watch your step as you board. Oh yes, and no flash pictures, please.
When the crypt doors creak and the tombstones quake. Happy haunts materialize. And begin to vocalize. Grim ghosts come out to socialize. Now don't close your eyes and don't try to hide. Or a silly spook, place it by your side. Shrouded in a dark disguise. They pretend to terrorize. Grim ghosts come out to socialize.